start.
Hey, welcome back to the Metropole Grid. He's Andre.
That's Patrick. And this is Humphrey the cat, who's going to be hopefully in frame for the whole damn thing.
Yep.
We're a 2-cat household. Humphrey's been staying over. It's been about a week. He's acclimatized. And the best thing
Would you say he's acclimatized?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. That's not what I've seen. Go ahead.
That chair behind it has like a electric panel floor heater and so he just sits on top of there underneath the Netrunner birds and just hangs out. He'll probably melt in that spot like a Dali painting, but we'll see him all tonight.
Yeah, and how are Humphrey and Nanako getting along?
Tense.
Okay.
It's tense. Oh shit, it's bad. Brennan, how's it going? It's
Hey everybody.
Welcome. How's everyone doing? It is the 5th of December 2024.
You nailed it.
It is the top of the month. Patrick and I accidentally wore the same thing. Now I could obviously changed.
Yeah.
But when I put this on, Patrick was like, I'm wearing that same thing, and we just went with it.
We just went with it. It's fine.
Yeah. You should probably come in more. I feel like I'm leaning in way too much. Yeah. Center it out.
There we go.
Hey, Conrad,
hey,
how's it going?
Hey, Conrad.
The Conrad, as Brennan says.
I'm
Hope
sorry.
you're doing well.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Frank.
Yo, Son of Lumiere, how's it going? This got me in the cyberpunk mood already. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're joining in. Dijon, Frank, hopefully you're both doing well. Sophie.
Hey, Dijon.
Hey, how's it going? Once again, my unfortunate sleep schedule let me hit the gritty.
That's great. We love it when you don't sleep.
It's just the best for everyone, I guess. Sorry about that. It's Marvel Rivals time right now. It just came out. So I think
that's what we're doing today.
Most of Twitch is Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
So I think we probably should just do Marvel Rivals. Which character do you think would be the best Netrunner character in Marvel Rivals? That's hard to say. Rural warrior.
Yeah. Sean, rural, Carl, urban. Which Marvel character? I mean, probably Ironheart.
I was gonna say as PDR.
Okay, so we kind of went in similar directions.
Yeah,
I think,
we did the thing that is made of electric.
Yeah. Okay.
Ellen, how's it going?
Iron Man would buy it and ruin it.
Hey, Cror. Oh yeah, that's because
for sure.
That's that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Gotta love matching with the moment. New cat. No, that's my sister's cat. She and her we're babysitting for a bit, so he's been here for a while. He's really nice.
If you want to make me super freaking stressed, tell me that you're basically looking over my shoulder and editing something of mine while we're on stream. Thank you, Conrad. It's gonna change the energy on the stream dramatically.
Yeah, I guess we can say this. I'm not sure the exact title, but Conrad's on the art team. Head of the art team, something like that. Visual director on Null Signal Games. So
he'll correct us.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really good interviews of Conrad on different podcasts. And mind you, Null Signal Station doesn't exist anymore. That just kind of disappeared. I was looking through my Spotify, and it was like, you listen to a lot of Null Signal Station.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that was a thing.
It's been a few months.
Yeah. Weird shirt for our stream. Hey, Bean, welcome to the stream. Cheers, appreciate the compliments on the interview. They're really good interviews. I think you're really well spoken. You do good on the sort of radio format. It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that whole process I'm so interested in.
Okay.
Like we spend a lot of time talking about card
creating
designs.
a podcast?
No, about like the art and the art direction and the story. Like this sort of stuff is sick. It's such an important part of this game. Obviously, we spend a lot of time talking about like, how the cards work and what they do. But seeing I don't know. So much of the coolest stuff is the stuff that happens behind the scenes and the decisions that exist for reasons you will never know.
No, and the audience can't know because
no, they can't.
Yeah, because like then they'll second guess the decisions that we make, or they'll
yes, it's like the playtest names. You have to keep them secret so we can't know the better name.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like,
how could you? How dare you?
12 minutes. Someone was playing some Marvel Rivals, I guess. Decklist of the Week is a late game Elden Ring reference, huh? It's a jail deck. So I had to look up this reference. I've played most of Elden Ring a couple times. I YouTubed what Ordino Liturgical Town looked like, and it looked like another place I went to, which I feel like I'm the only person who's critical of Elden Ring, which is not a good camp to be in. People love Elden Ring.
I mean, I did say earlier that like Elden Ring is a game I've tried multiple times and I just can't find the fun in it, so I stopped playing it. And now I'm playing Marvel's Midnight Suns for the second time.
Yeah, second?
Well, okay, 2.5 time because I played half of New Game Plus. Now I'm further than where I was when we did New Game Plus, because New Game Plus is just kind of weird with the DLC. It's like, why is Eddie Brock
already
hanging out with me when I'm also trying to fight Venom outside? Yeah.
Secrets of Slumcast guys are really good at editing to make folks sound smarter than they are.
Yep.
That's actually like...
Have you tried doing that?
I do.
Oh,
that's why when you watch the videos, there's so many like my face fading into my face. There's like a lot of cuts in there. It didn't used to be the case. When I was younger, it used to be one take. What happened?
Yeah.
I loved all the Soul games, but Elden Ring didn't capture me in the same way Bloodborne is the best one, though. I've played and beat just about every Souls game. I don't know. Elden Ring didn't do it for me. I feel like the open world...
You're a big fan of Sekiro, right?
Yeah, Sekiro's really good. I really like that. So this place is, I think, late game. It's a wintry town. I thought it was the other wintry town I went to where I have to light torches on roofs. Apparently, it's a different one. I do think there's a jail involved. This is Dario list. This is Nottingham. Nottingham's been posting some really interesting lists over the last couple of years. He's been grinding a lot. I think he's taken a bit of a break from Netrunner, but this apparently he's back on the horse, which is pretty exciting to see. I think the last time he had a deck list a week, he was like Blighttown is again another technically Souls-like reference of a deck list, which is pretty fun. And then there was there was another one. There was like a another reality plus trap space deck that was like playing. I want to say Valenchow, but it's been a minute.
Uh,
3.
It's called Chimera Squad, and I didn't like it that much.
I don't think I played that one.
No,
do you think
you didn't play? I thought you played Chimera Squad.
Oh wait, that's the SWAT one.
Yeah,
yeah.
SWAT
Chimera
one where,
Squad
like,
is cool.
Yeah, and like it's a cool idea. I didn't like it as much as XCOM 2, obviously.
I thought you were talking about the one that is like the spiritual successor that you like fight crab aliens.
Right.
I'd never played
What's
that
one called?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
Something
know
like
yeah.
Chimera Squad. Because it's XCOM Chimera Squad, yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Pat's here. Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Yay.
BB, do you think Netrunner card design is more mechanically led than art flavor led? Half and half. So I
Yeah,
don't think any card is
roughly.
art led, but I do think, again, this is a common thing in most card games that there's bottom up design and top down design. So there's a lot of times that you have a card idea that is mechanically needs to exist. And then there's other ideas would be like, oh, we want to put a card that, is there a good example here? Like you could argue that Crypto Crash is an idea you wanted on an NBN card, and then you build the card around it. And then the art goes on top of that.
Yeah, like I don't want to speak for other people in narrative, but like something like Starlit Night, I believe.
That was the one I was going to bring up.
Yeah, like a lot of NBN was kind of like very narrative led, and then just kind of figuring out how that would work mechanically. I have an example. Obviously, I can't give details from Dawn's development, but I was just having
Give the people what they want.
having a conversation like, oh, we have like a theme idea for this card that would be very cool. Like the mechanics are already mostly like the design is done. There's doing playtests and doing development. I'm like, it might be interesting if this ice did X and like a very small extra ability tagged onto the end of a subroutine. And the idea, but the idea in the end was like, well, Dawn is for new players, and this is the kind of thing that would like people would appreciate once they know the game well. But it wouldn't necessarily be good in a new player product because it would introduce a choice that's kind of hard to justify for a new player. Might be confusing. It's kind of a hurdle. But in a later set, we might do something like that, where I would say like, hey, it might be cool if we had if we tagged on a subroutine that was, or like tagged on an ability to the end of a subroutine that was purely narrative, purely for thematic reasons, because it's kind of fun. Like, so we're open to that, but it's not always the way things end up going.
Yeah, no, I think it's a mix of both. I think I'd imagine that there's, I don't know, that is like genuinely one of my favorite things about Netrunner, and one of a lot of people's favorite thing about Netrunner is that the way that the game works and the story it tells in the world of Netrunner is a legitimate story that you can piece together. I don't know. The one that always comes to mind is like Sweeps Week is just like my favorite card.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I wish Sweeps Week existed
Yeah,
modernly,
I mean, right?
just to dunk on Lat and to dunk on Class Acts.
I actually
like,
do wish Sweeps Week still exists. That would be very cool if it like it used to, like it didn't dunk on Andromeda.
It dunked on Andromeda,
but like Andromeda still kept on existing, so it didn't like effectively dunk. But
the idea is like this card is exactly what it's meant to be. It's an economy card that's playable in NBN. That was new at the time. There was no cards like this for NBN. But also it's like it pays you off the more the runner's consuming. It is, the consumption is your credits. It's sick. If you want to consume nothing and have no options, have no choices, they don't make a lot of money off of the advertising and off of their Sweeps Week. It's just sick. It's I don't know, everything.
I'll respond to I responded to a Reddit comment. Someone was saying like, I only have System Gateway and Midnight Sun. What decks can I build? And obviously, like,
this is because you've been playing Midnight Suns.
Exactly, because I know Marvel's Midnight Suns inside out. You want to do Venom, Morbius, and Wolverine. Like that's a solid squad. You're gonna get lots of
way too much of a Marvel channel.
Okay, so you're allowed to do
3 in 10 minutes.
Hang on, you're allowed to do Marvel Champions. You're allowed to do like
no. I'm done. Welcome tangent.
Anyway, yeah. So I just left a comment about 2 possible runner decks you can build. One is like, take this Metropole Grid idea from this recent runner deck building video and like swap the smartwares for no free lunches or something like that. Like a few small swaps. And the other one was like, you do have the building blocks of Deep Dive Sable.
Cool.
And that's like a deck that is functional in standard, and like you can start to like expand on your card pool and start slotting things into that.
Yeah.
And then I realized I forgot to give Corp deck lists, so
no, it's only half a game.
You know, Tom, it's your turn now. You help them now.
Yeah, I think those are good. So we recorded some games for an upcoming video. We just sat down for like 2 hours and a half on Chiteki.net.
That was some of the most fun I've had playing Netrunner in a while.
It was sick. We
was
just
really
played
good.
System Gateway. We played
System Gateway, like not the starter decks, but like the build decks.
The decks that came up on the 101 channel. So we did the obviously the Zaya versus the PD deck, and we played 6 games in 2.5 hours on JNet, just on a voice call, right? So there's not a lot of like chat. Just a great time.
Yeah.
All the games were interesting. Some of them were really weird. The last game was like really hard fought. I do think that you can build a better deck than the 101 decks. I think from playing it, you can make some small changes, but I think those small changes end up with you playing less of the card pool. And I think to some extent for making the 101 deck,
you would make it a bit tighter and more consistent, but that's a bit less fun. But we had a good time with it.
Yeah, we had a really good time. For what it's worth, some of those replays I don't think are going to make good replay analysis.
No, and we were saying that out loud at the time. Like, oh, this is a weird one. This is a
weird one.
We don't want the player to see you making mistakes. It's okay to see you taking advantage of the opponent's
I think you had like a 7-axis conduit and still lose the game.
Yeah,
like it's strange to talk out of that one, but it's, I don't know, at least it's recorded. So that'll come up hopefully on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. That'd be good.
Yep.
Duggars is one of my favorite cards for mechanic story connections. Spend all day partying, make a ton of connections. Man, I miss the heck out of Duggars. And not that I ever played
Duggars
it.
is fun.
But like Duggars is exactly the way that I think Anarch should feel, which is nothing in moderation, right? Like it seems like we've got all these cards that are nothing in moderation cards, like Price, right? And Moshing. That seem like these are so destructive. These shouldn't be good, but they're just good value cards.
Yeah, they're just good value.
Duggars is not a good value card.
No.
Like if you're hitting Duggars, like you're doing something.
If you hit Duggars twice in one game,
yeah,
what's happening?
Messed up.
What's going on with you?
Frantic Coding's the same vibe. Yeah, Frantic Coding
is actually one that I was trying to think of how it would respond to Thanos' question. What's our favorite thematic cards that I didn't write the flavor for? And Frantic Coding like feels like Frantic Coding. Like that is,
it does.
That is very much narrative led design for sure.
The problem with this is falls into the same camp with bin breakers. This was just gas.
Obviously with paperclip and stuff.
That was the problem. It's like with bin breakers, that was the best thing you could do to yourself.
Yeah,
so it didn't feel
losing,
Duggars.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Technically you could Duggars and like throw them out too.
Yeah. Hey, Cinchling.
Yo, how's it going? Let me get some chat. I hope to some deity that Dawn will be a lot more cyberpunk and noir in feel, including card titles. Yeah, I could hope so. I think the whole sort of like, well, obviously I can't talk for Pat for good reasons. The sort of like noir, that was something that was like much more in the early Android Netrunner. Also, like the first core set, I think in A&R felt a lot more noir than the later sets did.
I think
too.
so.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because it does have that sort of like detective shadow. You know, that's how noir is.
Detective Shadow? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Top down Netrunner would have to be like story points or places. You can have ideas too, right?
Yeah, you can get pretty specific with it.
Yeah. Oh, Z-Bag's asking, anyone playing Path of Exile 2 starting tomorrow? I'm not a big loot-based game player. Like, I don't think I like games where a lot of the loop is like, oh, I got something that's like 2% better than the last thing I have. That never got me. I know PoE's huge. It's gonna be a huge day tomorrow.
Of that specific type of game, I really love the Torchlight games.
Torchlight.
Yeah, it was
cool.
like specifically like a Diablo like.
Yes,
but I like them a lot. I like the kind of way
that like more friendlier, seem more approachable. Because PoE has like ridiculous build variety.
Yeah. There is something about that kind of game that like really appeals to me. I kind of do like getting something that is just 2% better. I know it's not good. 2%. Like, I know it's not good.
It's so bad.
And like I have grown to be resentful of certain things that that kind of game does, like the Momorpaga color scale system. Like, why am I playing a single player game and it's telling me I've just got a rare hammer or whatever? Like, just
feels good, man.
It does, but I don't want to be manipulated. Like, no, please stop. And yes, I know I'm making a game and I have to tell people within the inside, and they're like, no, Patrick, we have to. That's how we make money. Damn it.
It worries me. They're getting that loop baked in where it's like anything is slightly better, I'm going to discard the old thing. I'm always looking for the better thing. Like, I feel like there's part of that is going to come off on me outside of the game in a way that's not healthy.
Like, it's going to turn you into a super consumer.
Yeah, not that I'm already not. Anyways.
Yeah, of course.
Chimera this weekend. Hey,
you're literally using a PS4 as a stand for your monitor.
I mean, I needed to put it somewhere. We don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of space here.
I've had big hand size and Severnius. All of R&D Duggars is so cool. It's a really cool card. Droids, how's it going? Teach me how to Duggars. Thematic, I love the concept of Nero or Revoir back in the day. Yeah, Nero's like a cool identity ability. The character is really cool. I don't. Aurivar didn't work out in a way I think that was intended. It became
Yeah.
pretty unhealthy pretty quickly. But like Nero's ability, the sort of information ability, I think that's a really cool part of the criminal
Mhm,
color
mhm.
pie, which is information matters. Like I think I'm a huge fan of spy camera, and obviously a lot of this is that I just like playing dice.
Yeah, I love spy
But like
camera,
just
for sure.
seeing and having that being valuable for you is a cool thing to bake into anybody. Bad night. I'm about 1/3 of the way through Curse of the Chalian, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That's a book, right?
Yeah, The Curse of Chalian is a book by Lois McMaster Bujold.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's got a great name. Yeah, 1/3 of it, like the first third of that book, I consider to be very cozy. I just like reread that section because I'm just kind of enjoying feeling cozy.
What happens into the next 2/3?
Well, I don't want to spoil things for Eric.
Eric, earmuffs.
Plug your ears for the next like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The main character gets like a divine stomach cramp for the remaining 2/3 of the book.
Oh, wait, you've told me about this.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Eric, welcome back. Thank you so much for going away for a second. Yeah.
Jai, Mr. Patrol, hey Peo,
Hey.
Netrunner DB ate my Eclipse right
Do you want me to handle the reading?
It's been really bad. I'm having coffee right now because I think I'm actually collapsing as a person in this hour.
Okay.
But that's Jai. Firstly, congratulations for winning Eclipse. Your list looked really cool. I was waiting for the write-ups. Oh, I wanted to shout this out because we talked about Eclipse on Tuesday. So you know what Eclipse is? So it's a weird format. And so you're seeing a lot of weird interactions that didn't exist. Check out this interaction that I'm not sure who claimed this in their deck.
Okay.
Card is, what is this card? Okay. So what does this card do? Just read the text for those who don't know.
When the turn on which you scored frick.
You want me to do it?
Can you do the text? Viral weaponization ends. Do 1 net damage for each card in the group. So like, it's a damage agenda that can never kill.
Yes.
Isn't that lovely? It can't possibly kill.
What happens?
I don't understand.
What happens when you plan to be a viral weaponization and score it? Not add to your score, score it on the runner's turn. That means that the runner ends their turn, loses their hand, and it's the corpse turn. They have no cards in it.
Okay.
Also,
You're
Plan
right, I
B
see, yeah.
works with what's it called? Works in Iswak.
It works in Iswak.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it works in Iswak. Yeah,
it works in
that's
Iswak.
great,
So it was an Iswak deck that was playing Plan B, and Plan B was firing. If the runner stole it to viral weaponization, they just lose their hand and then the corpse starts. If they can do 1 net damage, they win. It's so wild. It's such an interesting interaction.
I remember when Plan B came out, it was like...
It was fun.
I mean, I never, ever fired it.
I fired it. I played it in PE for a bit.
Congratulations.
No, it never won the game.
I guess you could get... There was that
it
2-1. Like, you could install Advance and get a clone retirement out of it, right?
I wouldn't play that in PE, but yeah, you could. No, but you'd motion this, and it'd be like, if you store it, I'll hit you with a whatever House of Knives. It didn't matter. It was fine. It was not the best thing to do, but like I was learning Netrunner, and it was a fun card. It still is a fun card. So many broken interactions. Just the coolest format for those interactions. We love Plan B score wording. I had no idea this scored an agenda. I don't think there's any other card that scores agendas like this. They all add to score area.
Yeah, exactly. That's new to me as well. That's really interesting.
Sparky says, do you have a story where you have used the fire ability and spy camera in your life? Yes, but not in the deck that you think. So technically there's more text on spy camera that says look at the top X of your cards and arrange them in any order. X is the number of copies. This action actually got fired rarely, but mostly in shaper decks that played Bizarre Replicator. So they would install all their spy cameras very quickly on like click 1. You know, in a single click, they install 6 spy cameras. And then this usually happened after they cycled through their deck already and played 1 copy of Levy Air Lab Access. They would sometimes use that just to set up their deck so they could do their next thing. But it didn't happen in the criminal list.
It's interesting that the spy camera spies on you and the corp.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Well, because it's yours.
Yeah.
Do you remember Rolodex?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cool card.
Yeah. I mean, Old Hollywood's one of my favorite expansions that the game's ever had.
Research Grant scores other agendas? Wait, fuck off. Jason, really? That's weird. But it scores itself, right? Yeah. So it scores Research Grant, which scores Research Grant. Yeah.
That's funny.
Do you know who this is?
No.
That's Lucas Litzinger.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the card that had the portrait of the guy who, basically the lead designer on 2012 Android Netrunner. That's Lucas.
Who's holding his head?
Lucas.
Okay.
He just doesn't have his hair on yet.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Makes sense.
The clickability is the intended legal use. Wait, I forget what we're talking about. Oh, the top one. Yes, that is the intended legal use. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I see.
Yeah,
I've set it up inside my home, and I'm just like
looking at my stuff.
I just like looking at my stuff when I'm not at work. It's spying on my cats.
Oh, this fire sports metal. That's sick. Yeah, that was the combo deck. They just fire it and hopefully draw the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, Kira. I'm at home. Singapore is too hot to go camping. Oh no. IG because it's filthy. The Andy because it's an absolute pile. Jai, I was so surprised that like it just seemed like good stuff. Andromeda won that event. I don't know what your tech was because I didn't get to see enough of your games because I only watched a couple rounds. But like, I would not have bet on Andy like just pulling it through. So wild. You can play any ID and Andy wins the event. Like,
Yeah.
what? You could do anything.
Now that's a throwback.
That's throwback. No, that's Eclipse.
Oh, that's Eclipse.
That's
yes,
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Metropole.
Hey.
It's both. Both work. Let's play this list. So
Okay.
I'll do my tag rant at some point today, which is fun.
Yeah, that's the point. What do we name this again? Is it Super Gross Sock Hole? Or...
It's not Super Gross Sock Hole.
Okay.
Great. We just had to get that in there. Ordino Liturgical Town. So this is the list. I played against a version of this on Tuesday. I think there's some changes that Nottingham is actually promoting in this. Let's see if we can find them. Yeah. Changes I'm publishing. This is -1 hedge fund, -1 snare, -1 cloud eater, -1 attitude, -2 behold, +1 seamless, +1 pivot, public trail, retribution, +2 amaze.
Oh, so they made the deck less fun.
That's a big change.
Yeah, those are massive changes.
Now the retribution, obviously good. Amaze Amusements is a hard card to deal with. Pivot, seamless. Do you want to do vanilla or do you want to do version 1.1?
Vanilla.
Okay.
That's the one with Cloud Eater.
That's the one with Cloud Eater. So this is Azmari. I think the cool thing about playing Azmari, but this is the interesting thing about Azmari. When you sit down from across from Azmari, you should ask cards in their deck. Because Azmari, you can play 40 cards, you can play 44 cards, and you can play 49 cards.
And it tells you a lot.
It tells you a lot. The fact that the Azmari kill combo re-education deck plays 40 cards is actually one of the worst things that in terms of like giving away the game.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't ask. I always ask my opponent cards and deck.
Speaking of Azmari kill players, hey John.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
40 cards.
John, what are you doing in this chat right now?
Isn't Andy one of the best Eternal runners? It is, but I think in Eternal, I think Eternal's less fair. That you need to be that consistent as fast as possible, right? Like I think Eclipse decks are longer. Like if your turn 1 is busted and the game is 4 turns, which is a bit of a hyperbole for Eternal, like that makes more sense to me. You know what I mean? Chrome Parlor, Basilar, Synth Grand. Right, yeah, you're on Chrome Parlor. That's one influence. Cool card.
That's the one that lets you choose. No, Titanium Ribs lets you choose what damage you
Chrome
take.
Parlor, you just don't.
Oh, okay.
It just says don't for Cybernetics. Cybernetics, no. There's good Cybernetics. More now than there was then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fine because that's actually great.
Yeah.
There's enough good Cybernetics out now that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay, this list is a bit of a tempo list. So Crypto Crash, really good. Ideally, we have to score a degree mill in every game, which seems kind of rough. We have 1 Oracle Think Tank, which is enough to make me scared. We also have 2 copies of Behold, which I think we're being told to cut. It is very expensive. I think Behold is just an absolute cursed card in general.
It's a cursed card.
I don't like it. The fact that you can do Behold for 2 credits into Oppo for no credits in Reality Plus is specifically just so inherently messed up.
Yeah.
We'll do the tag rant, I think, after this game, because I know we were talking about how many tags did you take back in the day, how many tags you take now in Netrunner, and it's so different. And the basic action of removing a tag is the least fun part of Netrunner by a mile. And unfortunately, it's happening so much modernly. So
I thought your tag rant was coming later.
Yeah, later.
Oh, okay. John says build on a party that was very loud and hit way too many lines. The holiday party. Yeah,
everyone's meant to be at a holiday party right now.
Yeah. I'm meant to be at a holiday party right now. I decided not to. Was feeling kind of anxious. Also, I didn't want to get die-hearted. You know.
Oh, that's true.
It was happening on like the 3rd story of a hotel. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to like Nakatomi Plaza, and just like get knocked out of a building, right?
I think most people survived.
Yeah, well, most people survived.
Yeah, I don't think they had a good night.
I guess you're not counting thieves as people.
No.
Okay.
This is in the deck. This is a really mean one.
That's really mean.
Now, this card actually used to be a staple card in these sort of archetypes. Yeah. We haven't seen it in a long time, and that's because it doesn't interact incredibly well with Opera Research. The last version of Opera Research we used to be a trace card. So how much money the runner had was directly related to how many tags they would take, if at all. So not having that matter, this is still a mean card. I'm surprised that people don't play to some extent, like maybe Economic Warfare into Public Trail. That's another way you can land it.
That's the one that makes sense.
That one's more intuitive. But this is more so it's a click for them to lose 4 credits.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of fine.
It's fine. In theory, you can play this like in Nuvang, and it's like a click 6 credit swing. Like that seems good, but then you still have to figure out how to play Nuvang. Tag punishment, 1 Market Forces, annoying. We played against this the other day.
Sure. That's the only tag punishment?
No. Okay. 1 self-growth program, 1 shipment from
the
Grid.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Shipment from the Disabers, not the Grid, excuse me. And a self-growth program. So it's like just annoying enough. And I know the changes really recommend you to play a single Retribution and also a Pivot. So it becomes more of a toolbox.
And what if we tossed a Trust Operation in here?
I don't think it would do anything.
Okay.
But the problem is you don't want to Trust Operation a Cloud Eater because this text.
Yeah, but it's still like a 6 strength, 3 subroutine sentry.
Yeah, but you could play. You don't have to play Kyle Cowdery. You could play Hydra. You could play
Yeah.
Seraph.
Okay.
Right? Like, I think you need this text to be good to spend 3
Yeah,
influence on
that's true.
this.
That is,
I'm assuming.
That's why you're spending the 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Makes sense.
I played against Azmari last Tuesday as a criminal named event for the entire game, and I managed to never fire. Still did though. I think so the thing about Azmari too is like its ability can be a bit sleepy. They often call event. I know the deck we were playing. I think it changed the program at some point, if I'm not mistaken. But the idea is that don't play a single event a turn. You want to kind of squirrel them away. So on one turn, play 3. On the next turn, play 0. Because you need to limit their money. At the end of the day, they're going to get money. And that's just their idea ability, free money.deck, which is obviously very good and very flexible. But you do need to play around it slightly. But yeah, this deck actually, if you go tag me, I don't think it has that much tag punishment, which is something that they don't know. So we'll find out how that goes. All right. Deck builder. One of the biggest errors against is to avoid playing cards that deny 2 cards and delay your setup. I only sort of disagree, John. I think for the combo deck that you played at Cannats, actually denying the credits is incredibly important because that deck doesn't have a lot of money, and money actually really matters in that deck.
Yeah.
Like if they don't have the 12 to 14 credits to combo, the deck doesn't do anything. I do think in general though, I don't know. It depends. It depends how fast they're going. This deck is faster.
We are playing Corp, right?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay.
Econ effectively used to be an 8 credit swing, but at the point we'd rather just play Pub Trail twice. You can play Seraph Lamau. Okay, we're playing against Tron. All right. I played against Tron playing as usually a pretty greedy list, a lot of hardware installs. So this is the sort of matchup where you often call hardware, depending on if he starts with like his prognostic or his masterwork. As soon as that comes down, you want to call it because he actually can install hardware on our turn and his turn and hit that double.
I'm gonna mulligan this, by the way.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
It's not much better. Mesnachesso into Boomerang is like okay. Which side is Metropole? Sorry? We'll sort that out.
Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Best of luck, have fun. All right. So we have to worry about basic criminal stuff. Let me just move the camera. We have our 1 Starlit Knight. That's kind of nice. That is one of our tag deterrents. If you go tag me, that is a pretty good piece of ice.
It's a pretty good piece of ice.
So what are we thinking? We need an Ice HQ to not get doofed. It's really easy for Az to doof, just Boomerang doof. Now doof into Azmari is not particularly good because it's a 5 credit swing, but they pay 3 and you gain 2. Well, sorry, they pay 1, you gain 2, so it's like a 3 credit swing. It's not very good unless they play more events.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I do want to protect HQ.
Yeah.
I guess Messney, right?
Yeah, I think we can just do Messney, Starlit Knight, Hedge Fund, play pretty slow. We have to hope
Starlit on a remote or Starlit on HQ?
I would just put on R&D. Like, okay, so Starlit on a remote server is not fantastic because it won't end the run. It is a very bad face check, but for Boomerang, he gets through it relatively easily.
All right,
so I'm assuming,
and then Hedge Fund.
Our remote server, I'm not sure what ice we can get. I guess we name event. Eventually, we'll change to hardware.
Yeah, hardware feels like the one to go for. But.
Yeah, this is one of the weird matchups where you do call hardware. So in terms of the ice and the remote server, that's our hard end the run. We have Piranhas. That's something. But actually, not a lot of our ice ends the run. So the Mess and Chesso and the Ping are the only end the runs. Ping is pretty good into Az. All right, so we get prepaid. We get Bravado. This Messney, we could let this in, but then he gets another credit. If we res the Messney, he loses 2 credits and then loses a credit.
I don't know. It feels
That's
fine.
a 3 credit swing. I'd res it.
Yeah, it feels fine to res it.
He can't steal the agenda, but he gets information, which is worth something. But now with his fires, he knows he can Boomerang Doofus, but I'm not too worried about it. I only draw 2 events, got a 5 points before. Oh, sick. Never mind. Then that's totally fine.
All right, what you got? Okay.
Okay. So his hand's not fantastic. We don't really want a degree mill. You can economic warfare for spite. I don't think we really want to. At least not first.
Don't we?
Nah.
Okay.
So we probably just want attitude and get more cards.
Yeah, sure.
You could draw attitude and hope that you get a 2nd degree mill, but like I think we can just attitude. We don't need the money that much.
Shuffle back in the degree mill, I guess.
Yeah, we have no reason to hold that. Prepaid voice patent says Azmari is pretty cursed. It's gonna be okay.
Econ.
I don't think we want to do that until we push. Like you need to build a fork. If we just do econ and do nothing, like don't build board state, he doesn't have to worry about econ. He could just spend his whole turn clicking for 4 credits. So he probably just draw here, and then depending on our draw, like put something in the remote server or ice the remote server. Oh, Sock is here. So you probably just draw here, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to commit to that. Okay, so if he gets tagged, that's a card that does something. So that's going to be on the remote server. You could ping on HQ to stop Boomerang Doof, but I think Boomerang Doof is pretty bad into Azmari. You can just put ping on remote.
Yeah.
It is the end the run we have in our deck.
Still event.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
prepaid
prepaid.
base fight. Yeah,
He has 3 cards in hand. He needs to hit a class X soon enough off of Az.
Yep.
For those who don't know, Az saves a credit the first time he installs a hardware, job resource, connection resource, but generally it's hardware. There's the class X.
Mm-hmm.
Andre mute spectators. Why? No one's talking. Sokka, you want me to mute you? If you haven't already. Uh-oh. Wait, Sokka, what are you warning us about? Sokka, what's going on? Now I'm scared. Okay, so Degree Mill is in hand. That's not good. And we don't have a play to make. This is frightening.
Do we draw? See if we
We
get.
have to draw.
Okay.
Okay, well, that'll sort our hand out.
Yeah.
You can put that on a remote server and maybe beta run. I don't think that's great. I think we want to just put in a new server and draw 2.
Okay.
Sokka, what's going on, man? Firstly, you doing good? Secondly, what am I worried?
Oh, I see. Okay.
How does he know that? Oh, thank you, Sokka.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. Sorry, do you want to see if we can
How do they know that? Oh, from chat?
Mhm.
How do you fix that? What are people griefing? What's going on? Why?
Well, because they hate us. They hate how
How do
beautiful we
you how do
are.
you mute Saga, I appreciate it. I probably should have saw that coming. How do you mute chat? One person causing trouble. Okay. We should message. Someone stream sniping griefing. Yeah, wild. Why? I don't know how to mute it. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll ping the what's it called? The team.
Mhm.
YDL. I think we just YDL here. And throw the
YDL's
Degree
fine,
Mill.
right? Yeah.
Top right on page. Top right on. Oh, unmute spectator. Okay, so Tron muted for both of us. Fantastic.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, still event, right?
Still
Yeah.
event. Yeah, so our plan here now is to put a second ice on server 1 and hopefully rush out before Tron has a crew appear and a boomerang.
Yep.
That's gonna be difficult. Now we don't have an oppo yet. Oh, we do have an oppo. So at least if we push an agenda here, like we want to threaten something that looks like an agenda. Like next turn we could double ice Behold, and if he runs it, like he's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Prognostic, love that.
I haven't seen a while, and it's like useless. It doesn't do anything. Like it's a casual game.
Yeah.
We have a spin doctor. That's whatever. Okay, so now we have to spin doctor.
Degree
Degree Mill goes
Mill,
back. Attitude
YDL?
controls the hand. Hedge fund's a singleton. YDL is usually a bit more money. I don't know. I'm hoping we don't need the attitude, so I would.
I think it's
the
YDL.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. Hedge fund. It's hard to imagine YDL is always better than. Okay, that's a breaker. That's fine. Okay, that's all the breakers, but not the ones that he needs. Oh fuck! Why do we keep drawing Degree Mills? That's so bad.
Okay, so what we do is install Behold.
What do we do? Install Advanced Degree Mill.
I mean, I do like that. Like
if he steals it, it's bad.
needs to,
but
like-
then we can economic oppo. Like if he has any money, he's going to. We'll be on threat. I think we can just do it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, just push it. Doing well. Almost done my second last semester at law school. Been busy, but doing well. Haven't been doing Netrunner at all, but sometimes I get called in for JNet mod issues. Oh, yo, I didn't know you're on that team doing that. Chimera stream. Yeah, I saw that you have the event up. I'm excited to see it. Chimeras. I played a bit of
Nice.
Chimera last week and had actually way more fun than I thought it would. I've never played Chimera before. And like, it started bad and then it got interesting. So I'm kind of on board.
Which one's Chimera?
Generated decks of one-ofs
Oh yeah,
from
cool.
the entire card pool.
Mm-hmm.
With like even Terminal Directive campaign cards. Like it gets goofy.
Yeah.
People who stream sniping the grid lose their right to mulligan for a year. Look, I don't make the rules. Good old ONR rules, no mulligan. Yeah, ONR has no mulligan, by the way.
Oh yeah, you've been telling me a lot about
Yeah.
ONR. Like you have your whole cube set up, right?
Mhm. I'll show it on stream. I finished my ONR cube. I'm excited to test it out. Okay, Dawkins won't do anything. Unfortunately, we just have to score at a degree.
We just
mill.
had to score it, right?
Yeah. Fine, we're on threat 3. That's the most important thing here. So what are we keeping? This is a card for Tag. Now his money's not great. I would honestly consider throwing out the Market Forces.
Sure.
He has Chesva, so he actually can win the game on low credits.
Yeah, I'm okay with throwing out the Market
Yeah.
Forces.
Also, Starlit Knight is text. Oh no, Starlight's Trace 4. My MG merch is amazing. Hey, John, glad you got it. Pat picked it up last time
Yeah.
he was here.
Oh, remind me, I have the deck box I used to transport it
Oh,
with me,
easy.
so I'll drop that off.
ONR is strange. Yes, ONR is really weird. I'll show the cube after. It turned out well. So this diversion is not terrible. Now he actually breaks relatively well, right? Like he breaks for 3.
Yeah.
He has no money, so the subroutine doesn't matter. That was actually a relatively okay siphon.
Yeah.
But he also did a successful run, so he's gonna be on 5, and we can.
And we're gonna take that money away.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I took 5 tags on turn 1 click of my first game. That's actually really kind of hard to do. Crank, that's wild. Piss.
Shoot.
Shoot, that would have been good.
Dang.
Well, if he trashes it, we can oppo him. Oh, wait, oppo's like what, 7 credits when you have to play it normally? Oh my god, oppo's 7 credits? Holy crap. No wonder nobody plays Systems Slash Reality Plus. It's 7 credits. Events? Okay. So what's really interesting here? Well, he can float a tag actually if he last click hits our one of copy of Oracle Think Tank.
We don't have tomorrow's headline in here, right?
No, we should too. Yeah,
we should. Yeah, seems like reasonable.
Shout out to Crank. City Surveillance. Oh, so you drew cards. Okay, yeah, that's on you. Miss Bones. Okay, so Tron's on 7 credits. So you can do a single economic warfare if we want to. So the thing is that economic warfare is if able. So a really important thing to make sure people don't strong arm you and say economic when you're on 8 credits. Even when you're on 9 credits, as soon as they play the first one, you can boost.
Yeah.
So if you're on 3 credits, you actually save 3 credits instead of losing 4.
Something that I still think back to Magnum Opus when I should have done that, and I knew it was a possibility, and I just could not summon the memory of exactly how to do it. Anyway.
So if we click for 3, we can get doofed again. That's like
that's great.
Whatever.
That's fine. Yeah.
Self-growth program is probably more impactful. I think we just click. We could click 2, put the hole in the remote. No, we can't really pay for it. Like here, we just have no money.
Credit econ.
Econ first and say action. Oh wait, no, there's no action. Just do credit. If he was at 4, we would maybe get a credit from him. Okay. You drew cards. That's on you. Pretty much sums up ONR. It's not like that, but yeah, it can be.
It's
like
a bit like that.
What's a cube in this case? Daybreak. So I put together 448. I believe the number is runner cards. 448 corp cards. Both. We can't. That's 5. Both in ways to have an equal pool based off of the stim hack cube. So there's an amount of breakers, problems, solutions, all that sort of stuff that's hopefully healthy. So the idea is that players sit down, hopefully 8 players, they have 4 packs of 14, and you pick a card. That's not good. And then pass the pack to your left. Next time, after everyone drafts 14 cards, pick a card, pass to the right, and you basically play a tournament where you make your deck on the spot. I mean, it's not looking good. He probably has a boomerang. Like, I just don't think we have the money to do anything.
I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, I don't know what the play is. Like, he's on 3s, which is perfect. We can't really score crypto without advancing it. Maybe we attitude adjustment back in made more sense. But now we're holding a hand of nothing.
Mostly nothing. Yeah, nothing usable.
So, like, we could tempo oppo for 2 and slow him down. It's not particularly good because that's our only win condition from this point forward.
But we slow him down.
Do you do credit? Oh, we can't do triple credit oppo. Because we need to do a big oppo.
No, we've only got the 3 clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the problem I ran into there. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah.
You can put behold on server 1 and click for 2, maybe.
Sure.
The worst case scenario is that he siphons us and then like runs server 1. I guess. At least if he siphons, we'll be on 8, and then we'll be down on 3. We can res a ping. The bankroll, oh, it got shuffled away. So Starlit Knight, if we res it, he breaks it for free with Chesla, right? So we're not gonna do that.
Gross. Yep, you're right.
Like here we have the money to pay for Behold.
Yep.
If he hits a Behold, he's in a bad spot. Didn't run our Behold.
Well, not if R&D is going to be open forever.
Okay. Man, table Behold did not work out.
No, it didn't.
So he's on 2 credits. We could do ping, crypto crash, advance. That'll drop us to 4 credits. We can res 2 pings. If we get siphoned, we'll be on 1 credit, so we can't res a ping. I think it's the best case.
Sucks.
I think we just do ping, crypto crash, advance. Crypto crashes are not good. When like your opponent's playing around economic warfare, crypto crash is actually pretty bad. I think the game I played on Tuesday, the opponent like didn't want to score the crypto crash because we were on like 2 credits, and then you run the crypto crash because they don't want to score it. I think that's the only play we have.
I guess
the other options, you ping HQ credit.
I mean, why not?
That might be fine because I don't think he has the economy sustain. We just need to sustain the next oppo.
I mean, it feels like ping over R&D is the plan because like he's making these valuable runs, getting prognostic and Cheswa value.
Yeah, but he'll just run archives. Yeah, that's fine. You can do it. I don't love it, but we can do it. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna ping over the Starlit Knight.
No, keep a Starlit Knight.
Yeah,
it costs us 1 credit. Starlit Knight's really good. Like if he ever goes tag me, Starlit Knight is the only ice that's a big problem.
Yeah, credit.
Yeah, fine. We're not building threat. Like he doesn't have to interact with this. He can play as safely as he wants to. Now we didn't res server 1, so you might think it's an Amaze Amusements. He might think it's literally that's the only thing that could be. We don't have a maze in this deck. But there's no
Yeah,
other
okay.
card that we wouldn't res. Yeah, this is where like now he can run archives, masterwork, prognostic, chess with bankroll. We actually can feed him an agenda into archives. If we find our 1-pointer, we're throwing it out.
Okay.
I would do
Third
ping
ping.
crypto crash.
I think it's time to do
Yeah.
ping crypto crash.
His money is all in the bankrolls. That's the problem.
So just drag this over.
Yeah. In theory, that says less information. If you just click install, it'll be like, do you want to destroy it? And you say yes.
True.
If we get siphoned, we'll at least be on 2 credits. Which means we can res a ping. But at this point, he should have boomerangs. He knows the top of his deck. We actually are keeping him in check with his economic warfare stuff. Like, he is playing on lower credits. Either that, or we, like, basically he's going to be on low credits until he pops a bankroll. If he thinks there's a chance that we discarded the shitty 3-1, the Oracle Think Tank into archives, that might influence if he runs archives or not. Because it might have looked like we overinstalled an Oracle, and now if he runs archives, hits the Oracle, takes a tag, turns on Oppo, turns on threat, like that is pretty difficult.
That's an interesting thing. But isn't like Oppo's already on? Oh, but he would steal an agenda, of course. Yeah,
it's the same info. Clicking after yes installs give the exact same log output. It doesn't if you install an upgrade on top of an upgrade. So there are some cases where it reveals information. Because if we install 2 cards and then manually trash, you know that it's not specifically upgrade on top of upgrade. Because if you do that, Netrunner beat, or sorry, Deckklists doesn't offer you the ability to trash. It's super, super niche. And it's not usable in this case, but technically, if you do it by hand, you give off less information. The way that JNet does it. Yeah, I think he's thinking now, either if he wants to bust server 1 or whether running archives is a trap.
Yeah.
Man, losing her 1 snare. That's the one great equalizer. Oh, okay. So he's taking a risk here. You should have asked action to scare him.
Well, next time.
The runner doesn't see a waiting prompt there, but they can tell. Yeah, I can tell when my opponent does it manually or not. Just because the 2 cards show up in the server at the same time, I think.
Charging up those bankrolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now the crypto crash is gonna do nothing.
Correct, but we have to score it.
Okay. Regular style or with seamless on?
Regular style. Keep the seamless. It means we can still res a ping. We have no fast events. Oh no, we do, but we have to go tag me. Like it's so cursed. It's like these threat cards like only do something if your opponent doesn't respect them.
Yeah. We're winning, I guess.
We're not. We don't have a way to close the game out once he gets his fractor down. Especially because we don't have a behold. Okay, at least he's on 10 credits.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to wait for action. You have to ask action because in theory he could do something before we res. We're assuming that he has access to either a boomerang on top of the deck or a Kurapira in hand. Okay. So we'll see now if he deals with this. I'm assuming he doesn't want to bounce. Yeah, does want to Kurapira. Cool. There's now 0 difference between installing and using the prompt to trash and installing the manually trashing. If you think you can tell, you're lying to yourself. Since when? That's new. That's sick. So this will clear the tag. Maybe. We might have not wanted to res, honestly.
Yeah, it was a buy advance run. It was kind of like, maybe that was the worst thing we could have done.
I'm assuming he only
actually,
does that if he has access to Kurapira, so like, that kind of makes sense. 2 cards shown on the server at the same time if you do 2 assets as well. Okay, yeah, all right, maybe there isn't a point anymore. There used to be. He didn't trash anything, right? Like now we're just going to be in the waiting room of getting to 7 credits and then still trying to win the game. These are the sort of moments where like I get really antsy playing Netrunner where like I can't make plays, where you just have to hope that you survive. It's like waiting when you're on 4 bad publicity to draw into your regulatory casters in the outfit. It's just like, oh, I hope it just doesn't lose. And we're not in a good spot.
Just
what's he doing?
Charging up bankroll and charging up Kurapira?
I guess.
Okay.
He didn't want to trash that.
Well, he had 0 credits.
No, he had 2.
Okay.
He just doesn't turn Oppo on, right?
Yeah, I guess
so. We just put on server 1 credit. Or do we put on the table credit? Not on server 1. I think we put on the table.
Why not put in server 1?
Because if we need to put anything else in server 1, we have to trash our own spin doctor.
That's fine.
No, we'd rather have the option not to. Because we're not going to res the pings, are we?
But it also looks like a thing.
Okay, yeah, you're right. If it looks like a thing, he knows that we know that he knows, but we know that he has it.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Server 1 credit. Pause to think.
I don't know if this is okay.
Fine. Credit. Fine.
Yeah.
Totally
okay.
fine.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Install credit.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. This is the game.
Does it give you the prompt while installing an upgrade though? I don't know, droids. People are saying that it's all fixed. It probably is at that point. All right. Here's 10 credits. Second Chesva. HQ runs are free. We probably should advance the mess to Chesva once at some point.
But we didn't.
No,
And that's
no,
our fault,
I don't
yep.
think we should. This gets
Besides,
awake.
it's costing him 2 credits from Chesva's. Okay.
So we just need him to steal or trash. Okay. So you want to consider with your res here. If he res 2, we give him a tag and he can't clear it unless he has a trick.
And then what does it do? Self-growth?
Self-growth doesn't do much.
Can't do shipment.
We threw out... I don't think we res him. I think we keep him for a return that actually matters. You should know one of these is a ping.
There.
Honestly, might not have shuffled. I think we need to, but you might not have. Because if he trashes it, he gets oppoed. Snare hedge fund?
Snare hedge fund.
Yeah. Classic PE play.
Yeah.
I will use my spin doctor to shuffle my snares back into my deck, and then I'll take a hedge fund because I can't afford the snares. We basically have to put something in the server every single turn. Hopefully that he boops into the pings. Oh, that's good. Do one, ask for action. If we do economic warfare, credit. Okay, so the reason why we're asking is that he can now pay a credit to boost his unity. There you go. And he can't get second economic warfare. Fun.
Okay. But this hand sucks.
It's really bad. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oppo?
Seamless launch message Esso?
That's great.
It's actually fine.
It's actually very good.
Just generally okay. So we should keep Oppo because we have to do small Oppo to big Oppo. He didn't steal or trash this turn. Lamau. You can boost breakers outside runs. Yeah, Ian, whenever you want. You just can't break. You can do your boosting whenever you want. Just a paid ability.
Yeah, what do we do here? Just credit? Toss out one of
the self-growth program. Oppo's how we win. Shipment's how we win.
Okay.
That doesn't seem right. No, 100% Ian. It's been like that forever. Or at least for a really long time. The strength just immediately dissolves. It doesn't hold the strength, obviously, but you can just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's to duck. Don't remove it for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you have the snare behold money. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Our behold, I think we have one more. Yeah. Declines to use is so funny. No, we're good. Boost cost? Yeah. Because so Jane had held on to the boost cost. It's not meant to. So he's fixing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the best thing that we could do is like Tron maybe goes for, the Awaken plan that he's obviously building up. And then he runs R&D and hits a snare and a behold or something. Even that, though, we don't win because we don't have a kill. We need to like shipment from Badissabursk and have an agenda in hand. So holding an agenda in hand is going to be difficult if he's, seeing the top 3 cards of R&D. Same reason you can toss Steel Skin Strike Fund to Audrey at any time. Yeah, I think, Ian, that's probably the one that's the most intuitive is that, sorry, can I borrow this? Is that you can Audrey whenever you want, right? That's the same paid ability. He's going back in. All right, now we give him the Mesny.
Gladly.
That was a value seamless. Imagine getting
pay
1 credit.
Basically
6.
1 credit for basically a economic warfare and a half. Like that's amazing. I don't think he cares.
No, I think it's gonna be okay because now he can play all his events.
Oh my god. Okay, this is good.
Do you want to do nothing this turn? Should we economic warfare him?
3 credits. Let's do it.
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we economic warfare him, right? I think we want him to be confident. If you have it, do you just play economic warfare? I feel like you don't. I think you want to do economic into Oppo.
In this case,
he knows we have it though.
Hedge fund, econ, Oppo.
Yeah, it didn't steal or trash. Do you think hard hitting news?
Rick.
Yeah, he's playing around it.
That case, I'll start with. How about I start with hedge fund?
Oh, always. Well, not always.
Well, I mean, what if I draw? What if I draw?
Exactly.
Do I draw?
Sure. Sick.
I mean,
hedge fund put that on HQ before he sees it. We can't res it, but we just don't want him to see it. Okay. You can boost Icebreaker strength outside of runs, but if you're not encountering the ice, it gets reset at the next checkpoint. Yeah, the checkpoint thing, Jaina doesn't seem to do right all the time, but yeah, you can always boost.
Okay.
It's considered a change in game state, even though for practical purposes it isn't. Explain yourself out of that one. That's a good Cloud Eater. Like, so hover Cloud Eater.
It might be a good Cloud Eater.
What does this text cause him to do?
The runner chooses one of these to trigger.
Yeah, but which one do you think he's going to choose?
Probably
the net damage.
Probably the net damage, because like the trash when installed runner card, like that's our choice.
Yeah.
And we
Oh
are.
no, there's a flip switch. We lose.
Uh,
wait. What does it say? When
no,
the
no,
counter
no,
with this
okay.
ice ends. No, he doesn't approach. It doesn't do anything. Cloudy is useless. What wins? 10 strength, unique snake, or one little flip switch?
One dial.
Yeah.
One broken dial.
All right, install
Okay.
Crypto Crash, credit. We might have just wanted economic warfare the last turn. If he steals it, we oppo him. If he doesn't, we oppo him. Or we win, sorry, if he doesn't. If he doesn't, we win. If he steals, we oppo him.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Just bait the flip switch problem something else. It's gonna be really, really hard. Because we got 2 pings. Like maybe he uses the ping to clear a tag. That would be the best case. This is click 1. Prognostic, he's gonna boomerang. No. Ask for action first before technically. In case he like top decks a hush on it. North America.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah. In theory, you should mash continued encounter, but it won't matter. Nah, good. All right, he's 2 tags in. He's going to take this Crypto Crash. Could be a behold here. Like, he could take 2 more tags. He has to steal this, which means he probably runs R&D and wins.
Yeah,
but if he
definitely,
whiffs on
right.
that,
well, then we're going to
have a
oppo,
problem.
and then a turn after that, he's
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
know, but he's
problems.
still gonna know the top 5 cards of R&D. This is where
Yeah.
like pivot's really good for the deck because you can actually like pivot to summon an agenda. Oh, I guess then you can't, and then you can install it. No, can you install the agenda with pivot? No, pivot you can play or install. Maybe you can. What's the text on pivot? Can you install the card on thread?
Have you? Do you
I
not
think you
read the
can.
text on pivot because it has
I
monkeys on
haven't
it? Is that the
played
thing?
pivot in such a long time. I think on thread 3 you can install or play the card, or maybe it's only play the card. There's no way of knowing. Okay, so we definitely should have economic warfare on an earlier turn. So he's not trying to win, which means this turn we definitely oppo him. You can install from pivot. Yeah, so you do pivot and agenda shipment. That's kind of sick. I think Andre just thinks pivot's consulting visit. No, I know it has thread text and it's trashable and stuff like that. Oh, this he clicked a 4.
Yeah, he clicked a 4.
But then he undid it. He's gaming. All right. Credit oppo. Get bankrupt.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's gonna be so bad for us. We probably should have done a mini oppo at some point. Yes, we have to. We can't win.
Okay.
Event. So he's gonna run R&D and see 17 cards.
And he has networking, so that'll get us 2 credits as he tries to remove these tags.
Yeah. I'm so annoyed that networking doesn't trash itself.
You're annoyed that networking doesn't trash.
Yeah, imagine it add itself from the heap to your hand. It doesn't. If
Oh,
it
yeah,
did, it could fire like Onacom. Like you could do weird things with this. But no, it doesn't. It just goes back into your hand.
All right. Well, he's about to see 4 cards.
Yeah, what can you do? It's gonna happen. We can't stop him from doing it. The thing is, if this whiffs, again, I still don't think we win.
No, because I think we need
need an
yeah,
agenda. We have no shuffle.
Okay, just gonna.
That's fine. Can't afford that. Because nobody wins. The problem is we've thrown out our tag punishment.
We still have shipment.
Yeah, but we need an agenda.
And we won't draw an agenda.
So he's on 1 tag. What's the worst we can do to him? What would it say we kept the self-growth? What would be the worst thing we can do to him?
I mean, like everything's like class act, he's fine with reinstalling. Wake implant is another meat damage.
I think we do credit oppo. Do trash the snare.
No.
This is brutal. And for brutal
I don't
for
like
us.
it.
So he knows the next 2 cards are R&D? Are there op combo decks that use pivot to pull combo pieces when installing ice? No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Now he can still just clear this because like at the end of the day, our remote server is 2 pings and we have 4 credits. So as long as he just clears the tags.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Should we have done economic warfare credit oppo? Did he have how much money did he have?
I think he had 3. It wouldn't have worked.
Okay. Now how do you clear 3 tags? No, we could have done it. We could have econed him to 1. Oh, that's gonna cost us the game. He was on 5. He did credit clear. We should have econ warfare. Oh, that's really, really bad. Yeah. Adam, how's it going? Yeah, that's gonna cost us the whole game.
Hey.
Like honestly, that's it.
Okay, well.
that is it. So he has no money. So we have to just put stuff in a remote server and get money. So we have to hope that we recover faster than him. The problem is he's on 2 prepaid. Can you look at his heap really quickly? So if I hold control, that means he has 1 dirty laundry as burst economy. So he actually doesn't have that much burst economy. So if he runs our archives, it's like a click for 6.
Hmm.
Going pretty good. Hey, good to hear.
All right, where's this piranha gonna go?
Nowhere.
Okay.
Archives, credit.
Do we draw?
Archives, credit. Yeah, we could draw. It doesn't break lock. That's a fine card.
Okay. I don't know what to do here. Draw again?
Yeah, we break lock. Server 1.
Okay, server 1. That feels fine.
Feels okay. Piranhas is not good into Boomerang. I would not install Piranhas.
Both these gone?
FTP is a fine card.
All right, both piranhas dead.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to use them.
RSVP.
Oh, man, we could have done something. Feels bad. We had maybe one play and we missed it. So lock is broken. Now, again, if he does connect with something, he will get oppoed.
Hopefully he connects with the Oracle. Okay.
Fire Rashida.
Try Fire Rashida?
Fire Rashida. Yeah. Sick.
Okay, we got ourselves a game here, folks.
I don't know about that.
No, obviously we don't.
We probably don't.
Obviously we don't have a game here.
So Yodel Ice Rashida? Just so that he runs it? The problem is like he's on game point. That's one of the
throw
problems.
with the crypto crash because we just want to end this game, or
No.
okay.
I throw the F2P.
Yep.
We basically need to oppo him to win, and he needs to float 2 tags. This is really difficult. So Sir R&D has 1 behold in it?
Yep. 1 behold.
It might be hard for him to contest this remote server, like genuinely difficult. Because he has to break at least one of the F2P, which is at least 2 credits, right? Because he can't have his Kurapira bounced. He can if he has a breaker. But now running server 1 cost him only 1 credit. So this ice has to be good. So now he has to like go through and figure out what this ice can be up. Could be Cloud Eater, right? It's on 11 credits.
Yeah, he doesn't know where Cloud Eater is.
He doesn't know we're on Cloud Eater.
Flip Switch. I mean, Flip Switch is gone. Cloud Eater is now back online.
Yes. Boomerang on the F2P, yeah.
Okay, fine.
This is just cheaper than anything else. And he, like, this is very good because he uses his Chesva for the masterwork. He charges his Kurapira. We could res this. I don't know if we do.
I don't think we do.
We do. Because he has to break both his subroutines.
With
1 Chesva, yeah. He's on 2 credits after we
Well, yeah, okay.
Starlight can get, yeah, this is fine. Like, now it actually costs him. Yeah, now he's on 2 credits. So now the remote server gets a bit sketchy. Which boomerang is this? Can you check the heap? This might be the first boomerang. Yes, it is. So stranding the boomerang doesn't have a lot of value. The deck has 2 more boomerangs. I don't think we res that. Maybe we do. If he runs remote, he has no credits to trash to run the oppo though. That's why he can trash this. I think if he trashes the Rashida, he won't trash the Rashida. Maybe with Miss Bones, he'll instinctively do it. I think it's like very much wrong to do this.
It's free.
I don't think he should trash it. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Like,
okay.
Imagine we had public trail. I don't know what we'd do with it.
I'm imagining it.
We'd be happy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. I mean,
we just need him to hit the behold. That's our whole game plan. We win if he hits the behold.
Okay, so how do we make that happen?
I don't know.
Do
you do YDL behold?
YDL behold in the server?
Yeah. He's going to run it. He has to. Legally. He's been calling
I think you're right. I think behold in server.
And then put another ice in front of it, trashing the FTP.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Throw out. I think we throw out the seamless now because we have the crypto crash, the headline. So we don't need the seamless. Yeah.
Okay, good. This is good. Oh, it's good. Okay.
I like Funhouse. I think Funhouse is good. How do you deal with a Funhouse? Like, imagine every time you run the remote server, you have to deal with a Funhouse. That seems hard.
Yeah, Funhouse is annoying.
It's annoying.
Hey, are you going to do a deck building 101 NBN deck, or is that like antithetical to your whole existence?
No comment. I think the next one's going to be like a Restoring Humanity, because you can build a really cool damage deck in System Gateway.
Yes, true.
A really cool one.
Yeah.
Because you have the triangle. I really like the System Gateway damage triangle. I think it's very clever.
Wait, what do you mean by damage triangle?
There's this fantastic. It's one of my favorite parts of the System Gateway. And It doesn't get talked about enough. So System Gateway has 3 cards that interact perfectly. Okay, firstly, Urtica Cipher.
Yes.
If I keep advancing an Urtica Cipher and you run it, you die. So you can't.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Clearinghouse.
Of course.
If
Yeah.
you don't run Clearinghouse, you die.
Yeah,
That
that's the
enough.
bell.
That
Already-
alone is enough.
That's already pretty interesting.
But
yeah.
then you also have any agenda into Neurospike.
Exactly.
So technically it's not a triangle. It's kind of just like a two-way street. But the idea is that anytime that you install, like this is the cool thing that's different between System Gateway, that the original core set. In the core set, if you installed Project Junebug and Advance, and the opponent didn't run it, you're out of luck.
Nothing happens. Yeah.
In System Gateway, your best plan is Advance.
Mhm.
Because next turn you can do Advance, Score, Neuro, and they die to that. So they have to consider running it.
Yep.
It's really, really cool. Do you only play against Hush from the Funhouses in your deck? I hear you. Inside Job. No.
Wait. Well, where's it going? Well, hang on. This works, right?
This works.
This does something.
But we might need the 7 credits.
I mean, we're gonna lose because he's gonna see 2 of these 5 cards.
Yeah, but there's no way he hits them. You don't res.
We don't.
We need 7 credits. We need him to miss, and then we have to be able to oppo. Oh, but he gets through mess and chest. So hold on. No, yeah, I think we just have to get lucky here. If he takes 3 damage off the Cloud Eater, doesn't change the game. Good game.
GG.
Oh wait, if we res, he couldn't get in. Maybe no, he had money.
Yeah. He had the money. He could have gone through, right?
Yeah, he had the money. He had all the Chesva. I think we goofed it on the second. We had an Econ Warfare to play. But we were not feeling good there. We probably should have just pushed it. I don't know if you ran it.
I wish my husband would play Netrunner with me. What a cute couple. What do you... I mean, I think that's just a lovely sentiment.
I think that's quite nice. Big Project Ares, which CLSP was terrible with 7 advancements. Revised Core had big feels. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the original core. Junebug was in Revised Core. It must have been, right?
Yeah, it must have been.
Tron, thanks for the game.
Ooh, interesting game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we can run it back.
Interesting, weird
I don't know
deck.
if our job was good.
No.
We
our
might
draw
have...
was awful. There were so many turns where I felt like I looked at our hand, I didn't know what to do. Like, and some of those cards were not even available.
I think we need to make the changes. I think the changes make a lot of sense.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know if you end up winning if I float 1 for 1 turn. I don't think we do.
Aggressive Secretary was in
like we
Revised
don't
Core.
even win from this board state usually. Our only win gone is we only win if you call the remote wrong from this point. Are there any AO3 Metropole Grid fanfics?
You know there is. There. Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe when you're older.
Yeah, one day.
Wait, John, does Genevieve have your phone? Is this what's happening? AO3 is a fanfic mega site. There was the one on Reddit, the one where it was the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
What?
You remember the Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah,
That
was really
epic
good.
win, right?
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
the epic win.
I don't know if it means that.
And I'm sure there is. Like, John, actually, you do the research for us. Let us know what tag it is, and then we're going to complain about tags, but a different kind of tag.
All right, let's make quick changes to this list to see if it makes us more proactive. I think the maze is really cool because now it means anything we put in the remote circuit has teeth, right? Like we only win if tags connect. And the only way we can make tags connect is by like forcing the game forward. If our opponent's on 5 points, it's really hard for Oppo to matter, right? Because they have to steal or trash. And you saw that. Even seeing Rashida, just don't trash it. I think if you see the Behold, you probably don't trash the Snare. You probably don't trash it. And you just don't get Oppo'd ever, right? Yeah. It's really weird. So
thanks, Tron.
What are the changes? Hey, good game. Have a good rest of the stream. Maze would have cooked me. No question. Yeah, I agree. I like the changes that are submitted. Can you remember? Do you want to remember the top or the bottom?
I'll remember the top.
Okay. Pivot, public gem, retribution. Are you focusing? Okay, what is the top?
-1 hedge fund.
Yeah.
-2 behold.
-2. No. Yeah.
-1 cloud eater.
Yes.
I believe -1 snare.
No. We're 15 influence. You're making stuff up.
-1 snare.
Oh, what? Oh, because we added seamless.
-1 attitude.
Okay, so now the deck is just more jammy with more direct tag punishment. So we have to play this like much more faster, meaner. We only have 10 ice. Is that correct? We have 10 ice. We didn't add ice. We removed ice. So just it made some amusement. Single ice is probably our game plan. And then we're just hoping that we can always pivot out or hopefully have whatever tag punishment.
Okay, and what are we pivoting into?
Either retribution to just mess up a criminal's breaker, maybe their day.
Mhm.
Market forces, I don't think so. Like the single tag punishment is not very obvious. I think it would have to be self-growth or retribution.
Yeah.
But unless they're fully tagged, and then we can even just like pivot into game-winning points. I wonder if you can end up playing like freedom of information, but I'm not sure how consistently we can get people into tag hell through this. Draw got an asterisk because of the stream sniper. I really don't think that mattered at all. How's it going, Trenzer, by the way? Draw 25 or play BCPR plus. Andre drawing the whole deck. Hey, London, I just going through my emails. I forgot to share your ELO document. I don't have it on hand. I definitely should have had that to share. I read it and I understood none of it. Not none, but like next to none.
Oh, Conrad, hey. Is it ELO or is it ELO? I think it's ELO, right?
It's ELO. The ELO is Electric Light Orchestra.
I was about to say.
Another ads game. Check that out.
Okay. I don't like it.
Imagine that was a blown out, right?
I'm imagining lots of things. Yeah,
I don't like it.
I'll talk to NSG.
We'll get that fixed.
But we're gonna
get that
this, right?
right out. Yeah, I think so. We only have 10 ice. Like I'm really terrified of a hand like this all the time.
Well,
I try to make it approachable. Oh, London, I think it starts with it, but then as soon as you get to the part that like you show equations and stuff, like I fell out of the bottom real hard.
Oops, all last night.
Best of luck, have fun. Okay. Asterisks and asterisks. So this hand is a hand we have now. So we're gonna start our turn.
Okay, this is great.
Can I borrow the mouse?
I'd love for you to borrow the mouse.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Is it?
So we can put table think tank. We can put table headline.
Oh my god.
As only checks the table if you have like I think a missed bones. Oh, hold on. What's the whole turn? Because we might want to do draw your digital life then install. Like you have to plan around your digital life.
I think your digital life is the money and we need to do it. So I think draw.
Okay.
YDL.
But do you have to ping HQ now so you don't get duped?
Now I want to ping HQ.
Okay, that's fine. It's pretty approachable. I've got a light stats background. It's not bad, but stats is just so hard. I technically like study stats enough or like probabilities in school, but yeah, I don't know. I'd need to like sit down with a coffee and like really read through it. I have no doubt more people got stuff out of it than I did. And I don't think that's a reason not to share it. I need to share it. But it was difficult for me. I'll be the first to say. Okay, masterwork early, bravado, going straight to HQ.
This feels like a res.
Yeah, the window has passed. So that's gonna be a tag. You can float a tag here. Like that's the thing is you can float a single tag. We don't have kill pieces, right? Like you don't know if this is an end of line minescaping deck, and that's usually the reason not to float a single tag as much as that's 2-card combo. Stream snipers are forced to spend all their influence on 3 simulators for a whole year. I don't make the rules.
Who's making the rules though? That's all I want to know. Someone's pulling the strings.
I think the thing that London I didn't get from reading it really quickly is like why? Like why would we consider something else? I think that's what I need to read really quickly in the document is like why you should consider this and like a very simple sentence. And I think I had to get it out of the graphs.
London, could you give a summary of what conversation this is?
I was just going to say banknote is trashed. So we have mini oppo. Before we see spin doctor, mini oppo is fine. So we could be really annoying here and just do like draw think tank mini oppo.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
Or do you do headline mini oppo?
I think I do Oracle.
Okay. Cool. One equation is just the definition of an ELO. I felt I had to include that. And the other definition is basically the definition of standard deviation. So London's article is basically talking about there's a different way to maybe calculate strength of schedule. And it's through basically the ELO calculations. Cool. Which are more accurate in some terms, obviously a bit more complicated and I think harder for most people to casually grok. Like strength of schedule, a lot of people don't understand where it comes from, but if it's explained, I think you can figure it out. But in certain tournaments, I do think it's technically meant to be more accurate.
Yeah.
All it's also like not ELO over many games. It's not like your JNet casual ELO matters at a tournament.
Yeah. All right. So we're doing Prague stuff.
Weird. Maybe it thinks you can't because you don't have money. In theory, you still can though, because Az can install a zero coster off the top of the deck. Right? Oh no, because you always
no. I don't think you can, right?
Yes, you can.
Install a piece of hardware from your grip, but
Paying one more. But if the card costs 0, oh wait, you can't.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, but you can, because it's a 0 cost. This card makes it cost 1 more, but then Az makes it cost 0 again. You should be able to install a 0 coster.
Okay. So yeah, well, not from the top of your deck, from your grip.
Oh, sorry, from your hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was confused.
Yeah. So Prog does always cost 1, but notably, Masterwork is not paid ability pay 1. It's just the cost goes up 1, which Az interacts with favorably. It's pretty cool.
All right. So now we're gonna do.
If you can't pay, it won't give you a prompt. Yeah, I think that's what Banknotes ran into here. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's fine. We took out the Cloud Eater. We don't care.
Yes, I think he's gonna use that to clear the tag, which at the end of the day, it's whatever for us.
And gladly fire, and then see what happens.
Cool.
Okay, interesting.
You think he checks last click? The problem is like now, what do we do with the table things? I hate this one.
I think just lives here.
Yeah,
it just lives here forever.
So now do we just do tomorrow's headline on top of his maze with a spin doctor and a new server?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just open, no ice. Yeah.
Just 3 tags. Enjoy. And then spin doctor just because we want to get our oppas back in. It's a spin doctor. Cool.
Still event, or are we going to switch to hardware?
I think we just keep calling events. He needs events to get his money, because the problem right now is he has no money, right? Like he's played 2 bravado. Again, the maze is so cool. The fact like you don't make this play without a maze, but with a maze, you make this play. Now, this is only weak to, in theory, like pinhole, if they call the 50-50. If I were to put in the sentence, it would be that Swiss privileges numbers of wins over all else, which can produce situations where better players are ranked lower. Whoa. That's an interesting like thesis that I don't think I would have got from that, the way that I read through it. So 4 credits, 4 clicks. His win condition is probably like a wake and plan, right?
Yeah.
Or twinning. Actually, twinning is not uncommon. We're happier with twinning though. It's a resource.
Well, sure. Yeah. Well, I'm expecting like Kesba and Miss Bones, and then twinning is online. So.
Yeah. This table, like in theory, you don't have to interact with this. If we score out tomorrow's headline and that's our whole turn, like that's not very good. In fact, we probably would single advance to tomorrow's headline so that we actually can combine it with tag punishment. The problem is like we don't have access to any single tag punishment. This needs 2.
I mean, well, what is there in the deck still?
Retribution, self-growth program, market forces.
We have pivot.
It's a double.
It's a double, isn't it?
Yes, and only on threat 3 does it actually play the card as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, okay, well, he's going to steal a Degrino.
It's hard. It's his whole board.
Okay.
Third bravado
on a card he can't break. Let's see what happens.
Now these bravados are giving us money, which is sick. Oh, he's actually going in here. That's wild.
This is fine.
Again, all our agendas are on the table. This is maybe why you want to keep the think tank in hand, but this is very aggressive. Socket a crazy SOS and Swiss doesn't give that high enough preference. Oh, like very strong SOS. Okay, pivot's technically trashable. Doesn't have the money. So he did get in there. He shuffled his deck. He got his 4. We got 2 from it though.
Yeah, this feels fine.
Yeah, I think it's okay. That's the thing is like, I don't know if we score this.
Like, well, I mean, let's see what we draw.
We could have considered resing spin doctor before we drew. So you can
advance.
I think you res spin doctor. See what happens. See if we did retribution. Okay, that's not good. So I think you just do advance. Economic warfare advance.
Yeah.
Just advance it once more.
Now we can ask for action here, right?
Yes. Metropole Grid. Oh wow. Jaina devs, what's going on?
Do I ask for action?
Yes. The mute spectators button's really easy to make none of this work. All right, so we just advance it once more. That's a very good action call there. We should have not advanced first. Because you're right. In theory, he can prognostic just to save 1 credit. That's a really cool interaction. If you want to highlight prognostic Q loop, is that you can just pay 1 to fail, even if you don't want to install the card, just to like duck the second.
Reveal the top card of the stack, and yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I forgot this is revealed, and I think that's a problem with Jaina, is that a lot of people don't read the log on turns that they aren't actively doing, so you miss that.
Okay.
All right, so now we have the Chesba Master Prog engine, very strong.
Yeah, this is great.
But he needs to transition from hardware and program into economy. So like bankroll is a really good way. You get that down now every run, you clicking for a credit at the same time. but he needs just money because he has to deal with oppos, and that's what the Spin Doctor's going to put back at some point soon. Oppo and probably Economic Warfare. This deck can play underneath Economic Warfare relatively easily. All right, got our Chesva credits.
Okay, Boomerang on the ping.
We might get duped sooner than later, but I think it's still fine.
Ha! We've defeated the troll.
Man, what are people doing with their time? Credit. Okay. So we don't have tag punishment. We might have wanted to shipment back. Man, no resources, no tag punishment. The other option now is we can score the tomorrow's headline. He still has to clear the tag, right?
Yeah, that's
so advanced score. We can push the Crypto Crash, push the Piranhas, maybe.
Yeah, like Tinkerling said, like the tag punishment is that he has to pay.
Clear them, yeah.
Okay, so we advance and score.
And then I would put the Crypto Crash in there, hope that we draw into Seamless. And then Piranhas in it, probably. Score Pivot for Retribution. We're not on threat. We can't play it. Like, we can just grab it. Can you highlight Pivot really quickly so I'm not making a mistake? So it says search. Threat is play the card. Yeah, so we're not threaded yet.
All right, so Crypto Crash goes in server 2.
Yep.
And we protect it.
Well, we could also consider putting the Piranhas on R&D because he's running that. That's where he's going to
like that's actually what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
do it on our R&D. Because I actually kind of like having...
just the Amaze?
Yeah, just the Amaze. I like it.
Sometimes you don't realize that you're at the bottom of your JNet log. There should be an icon saying new text below. There is a thing that says new text below, I'm pretty sure. Or at least Cyberfeeder does. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, good thing too is we got the agenda out of hand, so he doesn't just steal it on making a run like this. He has to deal with the maze, unless he pinholes it. And now he can pinhole it because he knows which one it is. We have to take a turn to score the think tank. It's going to suck. So ideally we get to 6 and then just put it off the table. Because like, what would this card be? We haven't touched it. We haven't rezzed it. There's no card that would be in this deck besides a snare, a behold, basically something you don't want to run.
Samuel Chip? Well, that would be great if he had any programs.
Yeah, it's fine. Break, okay.
Okay.
We have to make sure that this Boomerang gets shuffled back because there's currently an issue in JNet. Okay, yeah, we have to tell him. Hey, sorry. Real quick. Hey. Real
John,
quick. There's
Batty also has barbed knitting needles, so
if you break all with Boomerang, it won't shuffle back. So try and hit break 2, but shuffle it back in. Yeah, it's an easy one to miss. On JNet, Boomerang doesn't shuffle back unless you hit break 2.
Cool. Yeah, we haven't seen trolls before, as far as I know. We've had some like silly named people, but like they're playing the game. They're not like trying to stream snipe or whatever. Okay.
All right, clear tag. Still on 4. Like, we're just floating there. Okay, so in theory, before you mandatory draw, you can see my face going, ugh. You want to consider spin doctoring.
Yeah, to get back econ.
In theory, it doesn't matter here, but if we had seamlesses in there, like, we would definitely consider doing it.
Yeah.
So I would do maybe single advance, put the mess in chest, so credit.
Nope.
Not the maze, yeah. Yeah, it seems fine.
This is fine. I'm enjoying it. It's good. We're doing well.
But this is the difference. Like, right now, Banknote is struggling financially. When we played against Tron, he was making money interacting with us. Yep. Like, right now, Banknote's trying to stay afloat and just touching cards. But he doesn't have, like, an economic engine that, like, anything that we do is bad. Like, we can let him trash this. It turns on Oppo.
We don't have Oppo.
Yeah, sure, but he doesn't know that. Like, do you think he's going to be... Are we happier that he pays 2? Or are we happy we shuffle 2 cards into our deck?
It's like...
We're so much happier if he pays 2 on this. Because he has to pay. Like, he's doing this run to prognostic, but we don't have to crack it. He can't afford to trash this. It's half his money, and then he turns on Oppo. Right? Look, we have too much spin doctor.
No,
like,
you're right.
This is the big thing that doesn't happen a lot, is you don't want to spin doctor these cards. We actually want to spin doctor the spin doctor.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if he trashes it, we'll spin doctor a best card and a spin doctor, which is a much better draw in the mid game. Yeah. This is the thing that I struggle with, because I think a lot of people, when you run spin doctor, they just pop it. But a lot of times I'm in a situation where I want to run the spin doctor and I want them to pop it, but I don't want to trash it. So sometimes you let them catch the dog catches the card and you just say, like, fine, trash it.
All right, so he's going to find the cards he needs now.
Yeah. Now, with a full hand, if we crypto crash him down to 0.
I didn't spin doctor. But
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I think we just drop him to 0.
With the crypto crash?
Yeah. That's...
Nope.
So our money is not great. We can, in theory, get hit by a diversion. And he might need a diversion to get back in the game here.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. All good. Issue now is with the think tank. It doesn't help our scoring pattern unless we. Oh no, it does. If we score a think tank and another 4-2, we'll be okay. But the degree mill here is probably what I want to score out. We're also now on threat 3, which is super important as long as we have 7 credits, which we don't. So we might consider putting back in the your digital life and probably the oppo. I think we just need more oppos. Now he has so much work to do to score 7 points. Ideally, he's scoring multiple points on the same turn. What'd you spell bad?
If I told you a single word that I spelled bad, you could extrapolate a full spoiler of the
Yeah,
card.
I know.
Like, I wanted to talk about the art brief process. I'm like, oh, I put in a frame from a favorite movie of mine as like a reference.
And then
like,
everyone knows it's like,
and
a
like you would be able to
Seven Samurai
tell.
film.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do you need to spell Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
RBG.
RBG.
It's color wheel.
That was your nickname.
Yeah. Our Ruth the color wheel Ginsburg.
Oh man. Click 3.
I miss her.
Hopefully you can install something. Fizerum on a
Okay.
piranhas. That's bad for us. We won't res it. We won't res it.
Yeah.
So the simul chip will break message chest really well. So we don't want to advance it. Now, if we trash the piranhas on our terms, he has the simul chip immediately or not at all. Now, piranhas is still 3, but it is a 3 credit break at piranhas, which is pretty good. Oh, through a window and saucy. Oh, sick.
Oh, that's a fun combo.
Now, this
That's
sucks
fun.
when all you see is a ping.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to de-rest that.
Okay, so I think we can spin doctor back in.
Okay, before we go.
Yeah, fine. Spin doctor back in. Get back a Rashida and a Yodel. We just need money. And then the second spin doctor will do the oppo. Because step 1, money. Step 2, the other stuff.
There we go.
All right, let's start with spin doctor. Let's get a Yodel in our hand.
Spin doctor new remote.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Not really.
F2P somewhere.
That's a motto.
Yeah.
Gotta get somewhere. Yeah, we can put FTP on server 2. Like, we can't res any of this shit. We just can't res this stuff.
But he doesn't know.
He doesn't know that.
Know
Well,
that
yeah,
we
he
can't
does.
res
He can
it,
see
so-
the 5 credits we have. He has access to that number.
Okay, well, that should be a number that you earn by running HQ.
Yes.
Oh my god, did I just come up with a beautiful design? Corp ID, like
Whatever money they have, get it. You just get it.
F2P over server 2 and then gain a credit.
FTP over the piranhas. Just get rid of the Fizerum.
Like trash the piranhas?
Yeah, just get rid of the Fizerum. Make it hard to use the simul chip.
And we're doing FTP not piranhas?
I don't want to give as bad publicity ever. That's really
That's
bad
true, that's fair,
to give
fair.
as bad publicity. I would maybe put another spin doctor on the table. Cool.
Cool.
We gotta zoom out. We gotta zoom out. Okay, we're zoomed. Adequately zoomed.
John, I'm trying to spell chunk.
See, now he has to use it on our turn if he wants to use the simul chip for now. Which, if he Fizerum's an F2P, like either he pays 2 or he pays 4, it's fine. We probably won't res it because
Well, obviously, we're
money,
not going to
but-
res anything ever.
So he's okay. We got 2 finally.
Okay.
Classic draw. Okay, nothing's happening here. So do we need to spin doctor to pack these cards? I don't think so. No, we don't.
No,
need
not
those.
really, no.
All right, we just need to get any agenda on the table that's not a 5-3. Do we just push a 5-3?
Well, I think just push a 5-3.
Okay, 5-3 in server 2. Ping in front of it. Credit. And then hopefully we score it out in a couple turns.
Yep. And we're going to draw a seamless. It'll be super smooth.
Yeah, dealing with ping into maze is like kind of tricky. In theory, he's not threatening to lose here unless our hand is double seamless. If it's double seamless, yeah, it's a problem. We have 3 seamless now in the deck. It's a good card.
It's a great card, yeah.
Like, you need those start accelerators because that's the problem is anything we have to advance. I don't know if we res this into Chezwa.
I know this has been a question for a long time, but
Yeah.
is seamless too good,
Yes.
or is it just making the game a little bit? Did it just change the way the game is played?
I think the way that seamless allows you to aggressively score is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with seamless is too cheap.
Mhm.
I think the core paid slightly more for it. Like if it cost 2, even 3, it would be fine.
Yeah, I think 3 would still be very
Yes,
playable.
it'd be playable.
Just maybe not in every single deck. We
Nah,
don't
do
res
anything.
that now.
No, it's fine. Yeah, the problem is like I think I've heard this from other people too. Is like you cannot Like the cool part about Netrunner is pressuring the corporation to
Mhm.
destabilize them, and with Seamless, you basically can't force them into a
Yeah.
situation where they can't score on 1 to 2 credits and solve it with like off-world office.
I-
Like we were playing System Gateway, and even
Mhm.
in those games, like I would force you to res a 6 cost dice, and it took you a turn off.
Yeah.
But if you just have Seamless into like, you can't stop them seamlessly
Mhm.
in off-world, and that feels weird.
I think I'd like more operations to be balanced by being trashable. Like
I don't like it.
really if
Yeah.
Seamless cost 2 to trash, I think that'd be fine.
Yes, it would be fine. The card would be a lot worse, but I don't know. I feel weird about printing very strong effects on cards and just saying the fact that it's trashable solves it.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I'm gonna advance this once.
technically one advance on the Grey Mail threatens Seamless, pivot for Seamless. Shit, yeah, it does. That's cool.
I'm gonna advance it once.
Yeah. So then we
Cred?
can do Seamless pivot for Seamless is 4. Yeah. So advanced economic warfare maybe.
I don't know. This server's not really.
Break a ping. We have an maze. We don't care. We just need to be able to oppo next turn.
Yeah.
If he steals it. If he steals it, we oppo. If he doesn't steal it, we win. Boom moment. 3 is not playable when Lacosta, Holloman are options. 2 could work. The fact that it's an event that you don't have to set up, like I do think makes it very different from Lacosta. I think Lacosta is also like really good. Like Lacosta is undersung.
Yeah, Lacosta is very good.
But yeah, 3 might be a lot. I think the bigger issue in the Seamless off-world issue is off-world. Yeah,
for sure. Like off-world is like,
it's weird. What I noticed is when we played System Gateway is scoring on the off-world office wasn't the tempo hit. It was not doing anything else on the turn. Because so often you're used to the like seamless advance score past turn, and that is the tempo hit in System Gateway. It's not that you scored an agenda that cost you money. It was like you took a turn off and did nothing.
Yeah.
Besides score the agenda, which is good, right? Because then you didn't build board state, and then I can pressure centrals. Because they're usually like you'll score and it will make you money and draw the seamless back, but now I can run centrals. Like I put down a buzzsaw, your HQ was like just a white space, and then you have to decide, do I score? I think a lot of times you should advance the agenda and just leave it there.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, this ping might just win. Yeah.
this is fine.
Can you check his heap? Yeah, he has no way of breaking
Was it
this.
control?
Yeah, he has no way of breaking this ping. He needs to top deck it.
He might. He's got the prog.
Yeah, he has to find exactly a crew appear here, or even another boomerang. In theory, like the second boomerang does it because he doesn't need the boomerang to break the message espo. If he boomerang the outermost ice, he'd be fine here. I think in theory you want to boomerang the newer ice usually, because the newer ice is the one that we put understanding what you have. It could be a bluff, but that ice was there before we saw he's on message espo.
Honestly,
or on Fisarum, sorry.
That is my favorite way of thinking about the game of Netrunner. So, okay, well
you missed. I hit your hand.
You hit my hand.
We need to really.
What are we doing? No.
Hold on. I've
installed
never hit that
Amakua.
button. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
If only. Yeah, Amakua comes in for 0. Fire. Okay. So we're just gonna score out behind ace. Just a ping. Apparently, it's just snuck through.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
Imagine if he does run the Oracle Think Tank next turn, though. All right. Do we want to do anything with Spin Doctor before we draw?
No, we win.
We don't. Oh, we do win. I didn't realize we were on 4. I thought we were on 3.
You were DMing there.
I thought we were on 3.
No, we're good. Good game. Multi-Hall's Boomerang, always pick the new one. And then they ask you if you want to swap. And then the answer is yes, you should. Thank you.
And there's a donkey behind one of the boomerangs.
I'd be okay getting a donkey. I don't think I'm allowed to have a donkey.
No, probably not. There's zoning laws. We briefly adopted a sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sheep got a year's worth of good sheep food.
This is the hardest thing when you play this deck, where you think you know the top of your deck, and then you're like, oh, it's 2 cards down, and then you draw on Class Act Fires, and you're like, crap.
Damn it.
It's always like such a hard thing to grok. Yeah. That for a while, and as I was playing Q-Loop decks without Class Act, because it was just
too hard. It was just like,
and it's not.
You would accidentally ruin it. Yeah.
You definitely don't do it. Too much thought required for me at the end of the day. Hey, no worries. I've been there. Had my 9 p.m. coffee. All right, you want to do some news? There's some really interesting news actually to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about the news. Then you can complain about stuff, and
fantastic.
Love that. We can talk about tags.
Yeah. Expecting Piranha? Nah, just a donkey. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of news that came out today on Nelson Games website. A lot of stuff. Firstly, let's just look at some price kits. So the Q4 and Q1 game night kits. So these are both game night kits. We also had the CTK kit. So those are circuit openers.
Okay.
So these are the casual ones that you can just grab.
Mhm.
Wait, there's two? Oh, I only saw one.
Yeah, there's two.
Oh, okay.
They're releasing the Q4 2024 and the Q1 2025 at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. I know Nick is buying some of these in our meta, but
Yes, he has.
maybe one of us
I'll
could buy another
grab-
one, and
yeah.
we'll yeah.
I think I'll grab this for Cube.
Mm-hmm.
So these are game night kits are pretty affordable. Again, anything you see on the Null Signal Games website, at least in North America, comes with shipping included. So these are like $15, I think, somewhere around there. There's no way of checking.
Mhm.
And then you get a playset of Carpe Diems and playsets of Saisantans. Saisantans, I think you get fewer of.
Hmm.
Firstly, this being like tacit endorsement that Saisantan is okay. Definitely not great, but it is a card you can get in bigger art, which is not great. And then Carpe Diem, which is totally fine. I do think like alt arts versus full arts, I'm honestly fine with full arts. I think full arts are nice.
Because so much of the art is pretty cool and I want to see more of it anyway.
Yes.
Like I'm fine with the full art. But you are right. Like I do think about the tacit agreement element
Yes.
of putting a full art. Like, oh, is Mitosis a prize for this? What does that mean?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
So I've been diving into ONR, and ONR has some really weird, like scary ice you can face check into.
Yeah.
There is no card in ONR on 5 credits that can flatline you.
Hmm.
This is such a strange card. Like even when people were playing like Cortex Lock and stuff in Eclipse, there's no card like this in the card pool. I don't get it. If this thing even costs 6 credits, I think it would make such a difference.
We got to the
because
complaining session so much earlier than I
you
thought.
can't flatline. If they're on 6 credits, they have to at least click for a credit on turn 1. It's like such a big difference, this being 5. $15 I bought them today. Antoine, how's it going? Now you can die to full art
Hey.
Saisantan.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is here, and this is fantastic. Firstly, burner full art, great.
Yeah.
This is something I asked Nick about. I'm like, hey Nick, I think there's a weird hole in the price support. How did we not get an alternate or a full art for Off-World Office?
Mhm.
He's like, that's interesting. I'm not saying that I did this. I don't think I did.
How long ago did you bring this up?
Months ago.
Then yeah, you did. No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you did.
I'm not gonna take it, but this is sick. It's a card that shows up in a lot of decks, so getting a full art or an alt art for this is incredibly valuable because it's the sort of card that people want more copies of.
Mhm.
Now, Off-World Office isn't as popular now as it was maybe years ago, where it was one of the best 4-2s you could play.
It's still like
great.
a go-to. It's
Yes.
like it's going to be recommended by Netrunner DB's little.
And it's good in startup. I think that's actually a really cool thing.
For sure, yeah.
Not all of these are startup legal. In fact, only this whole set is. The Q4 is not at all startup.
Yeah, I think there is still a startup prize kit.
What?
That's just like isn't there an evergreen startup prize kit?
I don't think
that's
so.
just gateway cards. No, am I misremembering?
No, I think that was a limited time. I know what you're talking
That was a
about.
limited
Like
time?
sending
Okay, cool.
messages and over the other stuff. Good job in single-handedly printing full art off. I did this. No,
You
I'm
did this,
totally
yep.
kidding.
Hey,
This is
both
really
of
cool.
these have a Benjamin Galetti art in them.
Yeah, they do. Wait, what?
So Carpe Diem is also Benjamin Galetti.
Oh, I thought you meant this, like the tag
no,
was
no.
Galetti on top of it, Ominga or something.
Mhm.
It's still on drive-through cards. Oh, you still can grab it. It's on drive-through
There we go.
cards.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Someday, I think like the full art burner is going to be important for me because now I'll finally realize that it's a bird and not a bumblebee.
Really?
I've always thought it was a bee.
This bird looks really strong. Like it's doing the flex position. It's like a pecks the bird.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all birds have very powerful pecs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The peck-chested robin. Yeah. This is now
That's
the
why
casual
Terry
turn.
Crews has hollow bones.
So he's later.
Poor guy.
This
I
is
bumped into him. He screamed.
casual tournament kit. For beginning of next year, how many are there? There's 2 per year. How many CTKs are there per year?
Can we get Oda Nuvo in the chat?
Firstly, playmat, sick. This is a new design, I think. This like 25 with a circle around it. That's new. It's called Casual Tournament on it. It's quite nice. Obviously that's a sick playmat. It's trick shot.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
an Edmontinian, I think.
it is Edmontinian. And then we have Angelique Garza Cray as a full art. And then this, I would bet much money that is Grindle. What's the name? Grimble mold. Ooh, let's see if I'm right though. It's Toby Woodman, yes. So Toby Woodman, Brindle Mold, got it. Brindle Mold did like all the alt arts for the UK regional scene.
Okay.
And that's the sort of art style. It's a fermenter, which is sick. It's another card people want alt arts from.
Yeah.
Works in most formats you can play it in. Really nice. That's a good casual tournament kit. Playmat sick. Angelique, participation prize. Good to see Angie. And then fermenter being harder to get. Yeah, a fair bit harder to get. That's a card that most people want. I think too, CTK's Circle has a section filled in for each half of the year. Oh, Conrad, that makes a lot of sense. Wait, so
that is clever. Yeah.
so you think when it comes to this H2, it's going to flip the circle side? What?
Well, it better. That's what Conrad has promised.
That's kind of cool.
That's
great.
Do you know the name of Angelique's horse?
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is canon. So Angelique's actually in the flavor text yelling at the horse not to fire, which is good fun. I will have like 4 different fermenter arts. This is great. Yes, I have just about 4 at this point too. And I can't tell which one's the one I want to play. GNK Diamond does the same. Wait, for real? Oh, you'd see it on the card. Oh, so this is the top left corner.
God.
And then this one is the top right corner. Oh, that's 6. Oh, it's big really here. So you can tell actually which, I didn't know that was a thing.
Which season it happened in.
That's kind of cute. So one is up here. Yeah, okay, I could buy that. All right, that's sick. All the stuff is up and available. Again, I don't know if the European store is up, but I know on this side in Canada, there might be some shipping delays because Canada Post is still on strike. And I know that's classically what NSG has used. I don't know if that's changed. Now, this is the article that I think is actually worth discussing. And I've heard a lot of people have different takes on it. And it's not a lot of words, but it's just one big change when it comes to Circuit Breaker Invitationals next year.
And when you say a lot of people have a lot of different words on it, do you mean you have a lot of words?
No, I've
want me to leave the room?
No, I've been watching other people talk about this in other like communities. So I actually made this post. So we have a small change to announce regarding how invitations to the Circuit Breaker Invitational will be handed out in 2025. Note that this has no effect on the upcoming CBI. So the upcoming CBI in January, you can still win an invite for that. You have a couple weeks. I don't know what the cutoff date is. I think it might be later this month for you to get registered. But the short of the long is, classically how it's worked, not that different in the future, is that any event that is of at least 8 people, that is a circuit opener, which is now called a casual tournament kit, or bigger, you can win 1 or 2 or technically multiple circuit breaker invites. It's just a little card that you basically trade in at the end of the year to participate in an online tournament that has people from all over the world who've all won circuit breaker invites. You probably know what I'm talking about. They announced the Circuit Breaker Invitational that's coming up in a month, and the price support's really good. And I think just understand the baseline that even if you just get the token, did I miss it?
It's at the top left.
Oh, yeah, right, because it's the flag thing. Even if you just get the invite and you pay your entrance fee and you don't play in the tournament, at a minimum, No Single Games will send you the participation prize, which this year is full foil Hollow Man.
And which is extremely cool.
It's incredibly
Hollow Man
good.
is maybe the most foil-hungry card that NSG has printed.
It's shiny. It's really, really good. So understanding that this is basically winning a CBI is at a minimum winning extra cool prize support that you'll find out at the end of the year and the opportunity to play in a tournament. And this tournament last year had hundreds of people playing it, over 100 people. I imagine this year is going to be even bigger, just because there's been more Netrunner tournaments, which means there's more CBIs. So, and this year, the Circuit Breaker is actually split over a couple days, 3 days. So 2 days of Swiss and 1 day of finals. So I don't know what the registration numbers are, but I'm imagining more people registered for the Circuit Breaker invite this year than ever, which that might mean something. Now, what they've made the change here is starting with all 2025 competitive season kits. CBI invites will no longer roll down infinitely and are instead restricted to only the players who made the top cut in the event. In events where there is no top cut, invitations may only be handed out to the top 2 placing players. These restrictions aside, the number of invitations available will still be based on tournament attendance at the 2024 season. So firstly, how it worked is that an event would have 1 invite. If the event had at least 20 players, I didn't know this. I thought this number was 16. It's apparently 20. For every 20 players, you can have another invite. So say there's a top cut at a 60-player event. I believe that means that there'll be 3 invites. And so in the top cut, the first place, the second place, and third place player will have them. Now, if the first place already has a CBI invite, it's worthless to them. So the idea is that it basically pushes down to the next eligible person. Now, this actually can push down for a while. So there were problems that people ran into. So like at Worlds, trying to figure out, there was a lot of invites given out. Who gets them is a bit tricky for sure. And the idea of this change is that it's meant to make it easier for people organizing tournaments who have to track people down to confirm that everybody has the correct invite. It's worth knowing that we played 60s 4 invites, 1 plus 3. Oh, okay. So always
so
1
plus 1 per 20.
Okay. So it's the first 24. Got it. Thank you. So there'll be 4 invites at a 60-person event. I didn't know those numbers. I thought it was 16 and then something like that. I never beating the AMT CBI invite gatekeeping allegations with this change. Okay, I don't know what that exactly means. Eric says I really dislike this change. So I ran into this problem when we did an AMPC Montreal, and by problem, it was a bit of a headache. So the idea is we have the top cut, and you don't know who gets the CBI invite until obviously the tournament finishes. And when the tournament finishes, I had to ask the finalists to say, do you have a CBI invite? She said yes. So I asked the second player, do you want a tournament invite? I think he might have had one or didn't have one. And we had to basically keep asking people until we found, the 2 players in order who didn't have an invite and they got an invite.
Yeah. You had to go to 3rd place. You had to check with 4th place and so on and so on.
It's a bit annoying. I hear that. what I learned from that is that next time in the future, if I'm running a tournament that has registration specifically, I will ask on the registration form, are you looking for a circuit breaker invite? Do you have one? Just so that I don't have to do that checking. Just so that I will clearly know who, based on placement, gets the invite because they put it down on the piece of paper. I think that's something I learned last couple months ago that I'll hold on to that. So the big changes here are that firstly, things can't go beyond the top cut. So if your event has a top 8 and all 8 of those players have a CBI invite, tough luck. I think ultimately that's probably not going to matter. I don't think there's going to be a lot of instances where that's going to have any sort of change on who's going to get an invite in a meaningful way. However, this is the part that I think I really actually don't like. So the idea is that events where there's no top cut. So say on Tuesday, we run a CTK, like a casual event. You go there, it's like 6 rounds, there's no top cut. Invitations may only be handed out to the top 2 placing players. So for instance, in Montreal, Nick Odenuvo has been running a lot of the tournament events. If, say, I won a circuit breaker invite and you won a circuit breaker invite and we show up to a casual Tuesday night CTK that doesn't have a top cut and we come in first and second, there are no CBIs.
We are going to block anyone else from getting invites.
Which puts us in a situation where I would concede or throw matches. Because I don't like the fact that I feel if I have a CBI that I am holding it away from somebody by participating in organized play. I don't like that. I'm also in a specifically weird spot that usually when it comes to the CBI, for the last year, I ran the stream. I think the year before, either I ran the stream or did comms, but I don't often need a CBI because if I attend the thing, I don't need the thing. So I'm actually not, I'm now technically incentivized in some ways not to participate in organized play at all. Because if I come in first, I can't give it to the third place player if the person in second, you know what I mean? Like we're in situations where people coming to events have no chance of winning if local players are just winning the same things over and over again. Like some metas are different than others. The big question is like, you have to answer, what is a CBI for? Imagine you live on the West Coast and your local meta is the West Coast. So you have like Arazan, Sokka, Whiteblade, Hams, Jason. I'm going to forget names here, Solomir, like all these great players. And they're going out to things. There's a chance that if you're a player who comes out all the time, first and second might in a month always be the same players of the same rotation. I don't like that. Like I just think we end up in scenarios where players are going to be incentivized to throw games or not show up to tournaments because they feel like they're blocking other players from getting an invite.
What is the threshold at which there is a top cut?
It's up to you.
It's just up to the
with
TO?
CTKs. I don't think they're hard rules because they're casual tournaments.
Okay, yeah.
And the thing is, like, a lot of these events are the casual events. If I think about a CBI, I want a CBI to be not a badge exactly if you're the best player in the meta, because in a lot of times, a lot of places have enough CBI invites and enough things throughout a year that players who come first and second, you see players get CBIs who are not constantly the first and second place players in events. They just go to enough events. It promotes people going to tournaments because they understand to some extent it's just a matter of time, right? Like if you're consistently the third or fourth player in your meta, you will get a CBI if you go to enough events. And this can stop that from happening, which I think is kind of against the idea of people going to events. Can you have a top cut with 0 games that's decided fully on tiebreakers? I don't know, Alex. I don't think so. Top cut is recommended at 16 players for casual tier, but recommended versus done is 2 different things.
Yes.
On another thing, so this came up. Eric on Neon Static put up a video recently where they went to Rhode Island and participated in a tournament. That tournament had 7 players, which means, unfortunately, they couldn't give a circuit breaker invite, which I think Eric might have got because he came in second, because I think the first player probably had one. They didn't have 8 players, which means they couldn't get an invite because the tournament needs at least 8 players. Community, what's your thought? Do you register a 8th person by McBuyerson? Like, do you just ask the organizer at the store to be like, can you register your name here and just throw and walk away? Like, can you just round 1, I will fold, just so someone can get a CBI? Like, I think this is a separate issue, but I think it's worth talking about. Like, if you're at 19 players, do you fudge it? If you're at 7 players, do you fudge it to 8? I think most people should, but I think that's entirely against organized play policy.
I think I should leave the room for this
Nick does,
rant.
not you. Okay.
But
yeah,
couldn't people just get good?
Yeah, but like,
what if they just got good?
That's not the point.
Well, yeah, but like the just like I will just by attrition eventually get a CBI. Is that like
that's good?
Is
that's
that the
fine.
only like? I don't want that to be the only reason people are going to multiple events, though.
But they're going because they're having a good time, and at the end of the day, they win that prize. If you want to win the CBI because you want to come in first, you can refuse to get the CBI. That's up to you to be like, no, thanks, I'll win it next time. Like, you can do that.
Also, John,
Sorry,
yes, I was
Croy.
going to bring this up at some point. But yeah, so Alex, I think you have a good point. People aren't thinking about the CBI.
No,
a
it's
lot.
not.
Like
Well, I kind of agree with that, Alex, but I know, like, I've talked to a lot of folks who are trying to get a CBI invite over these last couple months, or this last month specifically, because they saw the HoloMins and they're realizing, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
You know, like, I hear you. Different people look at the CBI in different ways. I also think a lot of people who get CBI invites don't think they're going to win the CBI. They might not play in the CBI because they don't think they're the most competitive players if they're like the 5th person in their meta to win a CBI off of passing down. Like, I don't think that instills like confidence that they're going to win the event, but they still want to have a chance to participate at the global table, right? Like, it's still worth something. Cror says, don't encourage this. Talking about that, adding the 8th person. I think people do it, though. I do think people do it. It's definitely against organized play policies. I'm not going to recommend it.
No, you're just going to say it out loud and...
Let me catch up on stream.
Okay, yeah.
I like this change will decrease attendance in my local events or a lot of conceding, which is weird too. Yeah, I think it will cause situations in casual tournaments where I am incentivized in my final rounds to concede games or to not show up. Uniquely not show up. I now have a reason that the structure supports me that I shouldn't come out to a Tuesday tournament if I have a CBI, because there's a chance I'll take it from someone.
People have frequently told me that attending events hurts the community, and now and now there's actual mathematical proof of that. I understand this.
It's strange. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm catching up on chat here, but I don't like, I'm totally fine with this pass down past the top cut part. That is totally fine. That makes it easier for organizers. I do think organizers should have it on their registration form that you should say, I'm looking for CBI. That helps.
Yeah, that would be
this,
very
I think, just
organization
is not great for local casual play. I don't know. I'm going to catch up on chat.
Okay.
We need a different printing model to ensure unique codes, whatever. Oh, in terms of like printing out actual invites that have bespoke.
Yeah, a unique code for each card. Yeah.
Nick would have won it. Okay, not Eric. 16 players, 6 rounds SSS, caught the top 16 non-elimination. Please do not suggest support breaking the rules like this, Andre. Kura, I hear you, and I don't support it, but I know people do it. And like, it feels really bad when there's 7 people in an event and you travel to get a CBI and like,
and let me, as a member of NSG, I especially don't support it.
Yeah, I know.
I've just been in the room when he said these things.
I was 10 years in Netrunner and managed to never get good. Conrad,
you'll get good. Hey,
there's so many events. It's not hard if you want to invite to get an invite. Tron, I think it depends on your meta. Like, this is the problem. Is I know folks that are in incredibly competitive metas that are struggling to do this, where like they are, I think, worthy to get a CBI, but they're obviously like going to events where there's, you know, I want to say the term sharks and with the most respect, but like very strong players where it's hard to be consistently the 2nd, 3rd, 1st, like, you know what I mean?
Well, we call them Hikarls.
Yeah. CBI invites are taking focus off what matters. The people need to hear speculation about the fish monster and stuff. I think it's an Afroon Trenzer. I think it's an Afroon. Not on the sparse prairie states where I am, we barely have the players to get 8 people in the same room. Yeah, that might be the other issue too. Is like if there's only 3 events a year.
Yeah. So one thing that I do think about is like, if the CBI, this Circuit Breaker Invitational, is an entirely online tournament, it should be more open to those people who are from these like very small communities where they can't really get an 8-person tournament together, but they themselves are maybe very good. And those people, I think, should get the chance to play in an online exclusive event, because those are the ones where they can...
Oh, in terms of like getting 8 people together is a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great. If it wasn't for the big pass downs...
The AMTs give out CBIs, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
All right, so never mind, I take it back.
If it wasn't for the big pass downs, I wouldn't have had one until Worlds. Oh yeah, but then you win Worlds, so now you have to pass yours down. I don't usually pay for a CBI invite, but if it does make me question going even an hour away to play in a more competitive environment without having a chance. Like, it's weird because I don't know how people interact with the CBIs, the invites. Again, I'm in a weird position, but if I didn't have an invite, getting an invite would be a priority early in the year. Like, the way I'd look at it is like, it's the first casual tournament kit of the year. I will go with something more competitive because I just want to get it out of the way. I want to get the invite. And then from that point on, I think I have less to prove that I would probably go to tournaments with more casual decks, more goofy decks, on the basis that, like, you know, I've done the thing. I've got the prize support, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually in a situation where like coming in 1st or 2nd is actually the worst result if I have an invite.
So all this being said, and again, like, you know, I'm not part of this decision and I wasn't looking at any of these there must still be like a reason for this, and it probably is that like way more people registered for
I think
CBIs
there's a
than
chance.
expected. Is that
There's a chance that there. Okay, so like I don't think this will actually quell that many CBI invites.
Mhm.
Like the chances where this happens are relatively low. Like I don't know how many people, if this changed this year, how many people wouldn't have invites.
Mhm.
Actually, maybe sizably. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I do imagine this year there's more people registering for CBIs than we've ever had. We'll find out in January when the invitation happens. But I'm imagining that there's, firstly, they talk about the organization thing, and that is a problem I've run into. I think there's other ways to deal with it, but also
Mhm.
there's a chance now that CBI is just too big, which is a hard thing for null signal games to manage, both in terms of a tournament and mailing out prize support. It might be two of those things. I think only one of them is really addressed here.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know. If you have feedback on these changes or else recommend to OP and no signals, I might send a message. Maybe this is it, but like I feel like it's causing some weird incentives. And like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether this actually like at the all I'm trying to say is like if this denies 2 or 3 people from getting an invite at the end of the year, like practically if that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I do think like on the higher level, it's causing an incentive to not to do some weird stuff. I don't know. I think there's a better solution than forcing TOs to chase players down, like get a CBI invite for winning or claim X spots on ABR. I think incentivizing online engagement is good and takes some burden off of local organizers. Not sure I follow. Also, ABR is an API that should be possible to back out programmatically. I don't know. Like, this is a true thing, but I do think if you ask on registration whether or not you need a CBI, this makes it a fair bit easier. Like, it's something I learned at the event. And I know at Worlds that wasn't on the, I'm assuming that wasn't on the registration card, and that would have helped a lot. Anyways, this is strange. I'm interested to see what other people think about it. Hit me up in the comments. I've read a lot of takes on both sides, but it's not my favorite thing. Just on the casual level, it's weird. All right. What do you want to do? You want to build a deck?
Yeah, we can build a deck.
What are you thinking? I think we were talking about tags. I think at this point I can't do the tag rants anymore.
I think you can do the tag. Well, what do you mean you can't do that? We can just do an all rants.
No, this is no good.
Oh man, no rants. People love the rants.
I don't have all the data yet. People can get in and pull in your CBI claims, but I can tell you that the number of claims this would affect for the current pool is very low. Yeah, Crowar, I agree. I don't think it actually practically like limits that many people from access, but it does just overall give an incentive to like very obviously an incentive. Like I'll be one of clear. I'm now in a situation where I wouldn't go to I would consider not going to a casual tournament kit instead of going to a casual tournament kit. That's not a great incentive. I mean, we just talked about OP. You can segue very easily into a TSS rant.
One thing I do think about with this though is like, with Worlds is completely open.
Yes,
you don't need an invitation. Anyone can go.
Yeah,
it is an all skill levels event, and that is something that they're trying. They try to like emphasize. Like you can go to Worlds and you'll have
it's
a good
for
time,
everyone,
no matter what your skill level is.
Yeah,
and but then does that mean that there's no tournaments left where?
No, CBI.
Okay. Yeah, CBI.
Technically intercontinentals, but that's not happening this year. It might come back in the future. I think people like intercontinentals, but CBI is classically the only invite-only tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. Just think about it.
Do we stuff have AMT and cons? Sorry, Alex? Valentina could cost 1. I honestly think if Valentina could cost 1, it doesn't do enough, maybe. But yeah, Valentina like needed to cost some money, so it feels good. So what I wanted to do really quickly is play some Reality Plus and focus on a bit more tag stuff today. Okay. We probably won't do the tag rant entirely, but the idea is like
the tag rant will be implied.
We can play some really weird ice in this deck that people might not be expecting and get some money back on face check. So could you be kind enough to do X:/tag? So there's a lot of ice you don't see in, that's right, in if we go outside of faction that you can play that you actually get a fair bit cheaper, that people are not like face checking around.
Is there no neutral ice that gives tags right now?
Yeah, there's only like 5 neutral ice in the game.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, there's no Hunter.
Yeah, weird.
For what it's worth, Hunter I think is the only neutral ice that ever gave a tag. Did Macrophage give a tag? No.
Did Assassin give a tag? No.
No, that was net damage and trash program. Yeah, was it just Hunter?
Wow, I thought it was more. I genuinely thought it was more. Anyway.
So some of the options, right? Faunatria, actually really cool in Reality Plus, especially if you want to do a kill combo deck. Cheap on influence, we res it sometimes for 2 credits, depending on how they go through this. The thing is, this gives them the choice, right? Now, this works really well if we're trying to do public trail into end of line, because if they're on low on cards, then they die. If they're on high end cards, we get the tag. That's quite nice.
Yeah, I like Faunatria.
Pharaohs. This is the system gateway special. Resing a Pharaohs for 5 is kind of cool. And people are not expecting to face check into a 5 strength barrier.
And it's a big, tough barrier. Like
it's
this
a big
score behind this for
barrier.
sure.
Yeah.
It's 3 influence though.
3 influence. It's definitely some influence.
Mhm.
You never see this. This is another card that works really well in the archetype of if they have less cards in hand, they're easier to kill. So you can run a bunch of Jaguars, run a Phonotrias. The
Yep.
problem is your ice doesn't end the run at that point, but it is a bit of a mire. And this text is really cool at some point.
The text is really annoying at threat 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we had Draco. Yeah, you're right. Draco is Trace End the Run. Trace X, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Neat. Hammer is a really good one too, I think, for 2 influence. If you res a hammer for 4 credits, it's messed up.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
And this is like a really bad face check on most board states. It's a card that I know for a while when it came out, people were playing this in Reality Plus. It's also really good text into parts of the meta, right?
Yeah.
Like into Kit, very good. Into Amakua, really good. Into Mulch at the time, really, really good. This card's worth considering. I think Colossus is just bad hammer.
yeah, that's
It's just
basically
bad hammer,
true. Yeah.
unless you advance it. And then this is what I was expecting. Again, is we were playing Azmari,
Mhm.
but if you let res Cloud Eater for 8, like the problem with Cloud Eater is that it only gets cheaper if this fires, because I don't think they're going to end up taking the 2 tags off for this, which would be way too sweet. Hunter is an OG core set ice that is kind of cracked on R+.
Yeah, you're not even resing it for free. You're resing it for a profit.
Yeah. Both,
Yeah.
mind you, Hunter and Data Raven are an ONR, and the numbers are worse. Yes. Data Raven's a 5/5, I think, and has a really interesting clause on it. So what do you want to do? Do you want to try and do the Phonotria into meat damage line? We do Phonotria Jaguar, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's got cool. Phonotria Jaguar sounds
So
fun.
the thing that gets really weird, say we put 2 of each of these, is we need to play End of the Line. And End of the Line is
Uh-oh.
a lot of influence. Right? This is 4 influence. Yes. So we probably can only play 1 copy and then like a pivot, and that kind of stinks. The other options, we can just play 1 fewer of these ice and then just play 2 End of Line. You also have access to like Mindscaping, which can matter a lot. So sometimes you can do End of Line Mindscaping. We can cut one of these ice and I think play a pivot.
I mean, we could like cut all the Jaguar undies and just go full Phonotria.
That seems more fun. Phonotria is more annoying on more board states. Eric Draven is the Netrunner. Good old Raven.
Welcome to the League of Draven, who's now in a new LCG. No, TCG. There is a League of Legends TCG that was announced today.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Do you want to look this up?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm good.
Come on.
I haven't watched,
Distraction.
I haven't watched Arcane yet.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's a TCG, like collectible boosters?
I believe so. I mean, John was just in the chat mentioning it. Can someone go research this for us and like let us know?
That's wild. Okay. Is it out or they just announced it? I imagine they just announced it.
I think they just announced it.
What happened to the other card game they had digitally? That doesn't exist anymore?
Legend of
Yeah.
It does, but it's mostly PvE focused.
Cool. Wild. Good for them. Do we want to cut a Phonotria and then just play a Mindscaping? It's the same influence, right? The problem is like,
yeah. I mean, Mindscaping's fine, and then if you're going for tags, it's kind of interesting, but
like we could do this.
Okay, yeah.
And then let's play Funhouses, because Funhouses are like a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. All right. It's coming out in China next year first, and apparently it was just a hype reel with no info about the game at all.
Okay.
So thank you guys.
Just
That's
gotta
okay.
figure out something. Runeterra PvP dying makes me sad. I was super into that game as well. I played very little Runeterra. You played more.
I played a lot of it.
Yeah.
I played a lot of PvE and a lot of PvP. Like, I had some favorite decks. There's some mechanics in that game that I really, really loved. I used to play League of Legends way, way back in the day. I was in the
me
beta
too.
and I was like playing it back then. Always disappointed that Rammus never came to Runeterra.
Oh, really?
But then like some of my favorite characters to play in Runeterra were like characters I never played in League of Legends, like Ilaoi,
yeah,
the
Tentacle, yeah.
tentacle. Yeah, like she's super fun. I had a really fun Ilaoi deck.
She was annoying in the game, like in actual League.
And I think I was very annoying as a player
Yeah,
in
I can
Runeterra.
imagine.
Yeah.
Still stuck on
Hey,
Bravo?
Rockman.
Hey, Rockman, catching a live Metropole and procrastinating school. Hey, glad school's going okay, huh? What's our agenda suite? So none of these like do hand damage, right? We want stuff that gets cards at hand, in theory.
Well, what about Orbital?
Yeah, so this is like technically an option. You can fast advance Orbital and do damage. The problem is you have to score at Orbital, which is pretty rough.
Yeah. Azir Aurelia was bullshit, but I liked it a lot.
Piranha Synergy. I want to try playing. Yeah, Piranhas is a really good include in these.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Piranhas makes sense. That's a 3 of, right?
The problem is like if they play around Piranhas, they're playing into the other one, into Phonotria. We also can set up the beautiful ping into Piranhas where you don't get the bad publicity, you clear the tag.
That's lovely, yeah.
Yeah, so we have
it's
Funhouse.
3 ping for sure, right?
Yeah, 100%. And then we can either play 1 Starlit Knight, maybe. In theory, Hydra does net damage. Do you want to put in 1 Hydra?
Yeah.
14 influence spend. Yeah, we got end of line. There are a lot of influence really quickly. Sarajevo is good. Oh yeah, Sarajevo is really good. Sarajevo is probably better than Hydra. Yeah, this also draws cards, which is nice.
How many?
2. So how much ice is this? 11, 12, 13, 14. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's figure out what else we can put in the deck for this to make sense. So we have single tag punishment. Very strong single tag punishment. I don't.
If we have Hydra, I mean, we don't have the influence for Trust Stop, but
No, but yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It might be something.
3.
I don't know. Like 3 is a lot. 3 is, yeah, I just play 3. It's fine. Spins, yeah. We'll do spin doctors. We'll do Rashidas.
Sorry,
I clicked that. You can do. Oh no, I can
where-
just turn
where am
off
I?
card suggestions.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we have that. I probably want to place 2 Amaze Amusements. First time, huh? All right, that's good. So we have a maze. We need to engender interaction. How do we get our money? Are we just playing hedge fund, or are we playing Yodel and hoping that's a bit better reality plus is optional card draw?
What is our money?
I love how it offers you.
I mean, I guess it's going to be what's the opposite of public trail?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea what that could possibly mean. We should put
No, you know what I mean. Yeah, public trail, and then the blue one, the one that's blue public trail.
Planogram?
Thank you.
Oh, we already have it. We have it.
Damn it.
Do we just put Regolith in remote server and just like hold?
That load bearing Regolith is
That's pretty good.
yeah.
1 influence, Mavirus or Crisium? I think Mavirus. It does net damage.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Look how we build a deck together. Okay, wait, now the rest of the slots have to be agendas, then we have to cut slots.
Okay. 3 agendas. Let's go.
Okay, so we probably need 5 3s to take a few slots. So we're often going to end up on copies of Degree Mill. We don't actually have to make our deck something that scores out.
3?
Is there any way that we can do re-education kill? Because they're on low hands and then we just like bop them with end of line? I don't think
I mean, like they need to draw back up is the thing.
Well, yeah.
Because
but
otherwise
then the phone a tree is. Send a message actually kind of sick.
Send a message I think going to be pretty good. There's a lot of good
sick.
stuff here.
Yeah, I like that. We just need to get a piranhas on the table. Even like a free funhouse, free hydras or whatever.
All right, 5 more agenda points and then we'll start trimming.
Yeah, so we'll do, I think, we have Orbital.
Orbital?
I don't feel good about Orbital.
Okay. I feel good about Orbital.
We could do a bunch of the annoying ones too.
I think Orbital is good in this.
Why?
Because it gives a tag. And if they're already tagged, which they probably will be because
But then should we not just play Fly? Like, is Fly better than Orbital?
Well, Fly's only 1 point and we don't have enough room.
Sure, but it's also 3-1, so you can do install advance and then they lose. Re-education is always painful. I got re-educated with that grin that does core damage and it felt deliciously jank. That grid? Oh, that's a really
The grid,
competitive deck.
Yeah, that's very popular. Sorry.
That's a thing. Yeah, that'll just flatline you.
Mm-hmm.
The I don't even know the name of the card anymore.
Jupstad?
Yeah, Jupstad. Okay. BCP is annoying. This will make London happy.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah, right? Like, is this
yeah,
fun?
it's one that I totally forget about, but you're right, yeah.
Like, do we just do install advance?
This was in the last pack of
Katara.
Katara.
I know.
Wow.
It feels like a red sand card or a flashpoint
Yeah,
card.
but I assumed it was Red Sands. It's crazy.
I don't know. We could do Think Tank Offworld. Like, we might need money.
I think Off-Road is the way to go.
I don't know.
When?
I'd rather do Beal and just like never advance. Okay, we have to cut some cards.
That's our money. It's our money? That's our money?
Oh no, we're not playing Amani.
Oh.
Let's cut one of these.
Okay.
Hey, Blurby. So we need to cut.
Drop a Piranhas?
Okay, hold on. What's the one I don't know the name of? Help me out.
Post-Truth Dividend.
No, the 3-1.
Oracle Think Tank.
Yes. Like, we do this, then we cut 2 cards, maybe?
Yeah.
Dreamstad Spear Jank changed my mind. I don't know. Won a bunch of big events this year. Yeah, Think Tank.
Maybe drop 1 Predictive. Or 1 Regolith.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. 2 PT is a bit much. I don't know. We're PT end of line deck. Kind of like it. Kind of like it a lot, I'll be honest.
Okay. I like this. This is fine.
Do we drop a map for Retribution?
Retribution's only 1, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Tags are fun. Let's go. I don't know.
We love tags.
Oh, that seems a bit
Super gross sock hole.
we're not doing a sock hole thing anymore.
Okay. What's the name of the stream again?
Yeah, public chill retribution is the thing. 1 click and a credit.
2 clicks and 1 credit.
So my big rant is that
Oh my god, here it comes.
clearing tags is the basic action that runners have.
Yep.
That is not particularly fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the weird thing, just like purging viruses, right? Like, it's not particularly fun. It's something that you have to do. But what's really notable, the more I've been thinking about it, is like back in the day, you purge virus counters maybe once a game if you're unlucky, and you clear tags maybe once a game if you're unlucky, right? And it's changed. It just has changed a lot. And we're at the point that clearing tags 7-8 times more in a game is like super common. And a lot of it is now that we have more cards that just give you tags and things like Oppo. Like this is the same back in hard hitting news, but like NBN as a faction now, most of their decks require you to do the least fun action in Netrunner the most amount of times they can make you do it.
Yeah.
And it is getting to me. It is definitely a thing that gets to me. And Conrad, thanks for the game, eh? Here's someone taking Spree to Worlds and won at least a game. A good game too. Oh, I didn't even name the deck. That's fine. That's because there's a certain idea that doesn't lose tempo to give tags. I agree. It's an R plus problem, not a tag problem.
I think it's
you're
also,
right.
it's partly, I mean, like, yeah, it's both, certainly.
But back in the day too, it's like it was CTM. Like CTM will just give you a tag every turn.
Yeah.
And so you had to do that action so much.
And it is an unpleasant thing. It's kind of anti-fun.
It's just so anti-fun.
I think, I don't know, like I think about how I might redesign it if we were starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And maybe it would be something completely different, like almost like a heat track, like an amount that the corp is paying attention to you. When you're not running, it kind of trickles down. When you run too much, it goes up, and then a lot of cards only trigger at like certain thresholds of amount of heat or something like that.
Like if it's just gained heat and then the cards changed over time, I could hear like something like threat. Like imagine the res cost of the ice was just cheaper the more tagged you are, but it's like you don't lose the game. But also you can't remove them. Like say you can't remove them.
Yeah, I think you can't remove them, but they're very minor. Well, then why would you ever play? I mean, I don't know.
4 years ago, people wanted tags to be more non-binary, and now that's happened. There are tags, and some it's still bad. I agree, droids. Like it being non-binary is much more interesting. And that's a big reason why you only cleared 1 tag back in the day, because the second tag ended the game if you floated it on your turn. I'm gonna mulligan his hand.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it got a lot worse. Holy,
it got a lot worse.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, it got so much worse now.
This is fine though.
No, it's a 5 credit res.
Well, install them both, and then hope they still send a message.
One. Yeah, easy. No shot R plus goes with that trick shot as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think Reality Plus winning Worlds like didn't actually move the needle that much on like Reality Plus. It's more so like because I don't think casually our Reality Plus is a big burden.
Couldn't we just bypass this and ban Arizon?
No, because there's a lot of other NBN players there.
Interesting. Okay.
He was not the lab player. That's the thing. All right, so Zaya should touch cards. This is the down. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be one of those games.
It's gonna be one of those games that we lose. Oh, it's not even the one that I kind of wanted them to see.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those games.
Well,
I'd say part of it's also resources being a lot more important than they used to be for the runner. There's a lot less tech to make the consequences of being tagged less impactful. I don't know. Close accounts was like pretty good back in the day. Man, Mercury. Why Mercury? I feel like we just have to do it.
Yeah, we have to do it to him. Yeah, that's
free
fine.
3 tags. Cooked you? Yeah, it could have been worse. Could have been better. I was expecting jailbreak instant win. It's fine. We res a funhouse. And at least if they go through a funhouse, we can draw 2 cards.
Yes, it's fine. Most of the agendas are in our hand.
Yeah, we could res this funhouse, but then HQ is open. We'd rather not have that. Playing set a message in Reality Plus is pretty frightening, I'll be honest. All right. OP picks prizing with no knowledge of what SPT is up to. Is that a response to a particular question? Oh, we have a Hydra now. Oh my god, look at this hand. The problem is if they steal send a message, they're on game point.
Okay, so we'll install the Hydra for when they steal to send a message.
No, sure, but
I know
they're on Estabrado.
Yeah,
it's gonna be maybe a problem.
Yeah,
that's slow. You ban some HP card if you ban trick shot. His hand is foot friend. It's not good. Okay, that's something.
Credit. Yep.
I feel like we're not making plays.
Yeah.
Like if, again, we were HB, we'd be doing something here. At least Rashida will maybe help. We need to find like a spin doctor. I wonder if you play Send a Message, you just like have to play Attitude as well, just because it's a brick. Oh, Mockler. That breaks
interesting.
2 credits for a ping. Sick. We drew our fun cards.
Okay. What do we do with them?
What do we do with them? Is correct. We have no tag punishment yet. 8 cards.
It's coming. We just spread them out.
Yeah, on centrals.
I think Venutri on centrals.
Yeah.
And ping on remote.
I want to set up the ping into Piranha so bad.
Okay, so Piranha on remote.
But we can't afford Piranha into Hydra.
Well, we will because we're going to steal and or score Send a Message.
That's so wishful when we're at 11 credits, no ice rest. I think we have to do this. What are we throwing out?
Have you never had a wish?
No,
I've never experienced hope.
You might want archives. Yeah, I don't know what we're worried about. Like leech. Oh fuck.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, whatever, man.
What am I worried about?
They're probably
nerd.
a sneak door. Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna lose this turn. Yeah, ping on archives might have done something, huh?
Yeah, it might have. It's okay. It's okay.
On Ben Bagulter, I totally did not remember that Bagulter gave you 2 credits. I thought it gave you 1 credit. I'm like, that's okay. And then it gives you 2 credits. I'm like, yeah, it's
How much does Mockler give you?
1.
Just 1?
And the numbers are bad. And it's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going RD. Oh, they're just getting breakers down. I'm happy with that because they can get oppoed really hard here. The issue is we can't win with the oppo. Like if we put Funhouse, do they just go tag me?
Yes, they would. But that might be okay for us.
So I think we put this in server 1. We do credit oppo for 5.
Yeah, full oppo.
We're on 6 credits. We can res the ping.
Cool.
We can res the Funatria. They can just win here though. My mind, Bagulter was 4 install. I saw 3 and threw up a little. Yeah, it's better than you remembered it to be. Okay, so we got the agenda out of hand. We just want to put it on the table. Yeah, they might if they e-shut down the Hydra, we're like in a bad spot. But
what are the chances of that happening though?
Well, they're playing like the cards that e-shut down gets played with, right?
Oh, I know.
Like they're playing old cards. Yeah, for them, they'll still click for a credit, which is good. But we actually can't win until we draw well. Okay. So we res the Funatria. It takes cards out of their hand. We don't have a Starlit Knight.
They used Mutual Favor and didn't install, which means they might have a good card in hand. It's definitely...
Wait, what did they Mutual Favor for? You're right. Carmen. Carmen breaks Funatria well. I'm going to res it?
Yeah, res it, because you might ping the Carmen.
So they won't take a tag, which sucks because we paid full price.
It's still going to be annoying, and that's what's important.
Got a Maker's Eye and a legwork. Whoa,
okay, well, interesting.
So we're not going to res the Funhouse.
No.
I mean, Bagulter's numbers are also bad. It just means that 2 credits makes low and mid-strength ice. Bagulter's numbers are good.
Yeah, Bagulter is fine numbers, and then also paid you.
Particularly the way it interacted with things like Leech and the run-based economy engine. Like, it made runs potentially profitable, right? If you use Leech tokens, you actually made money. Yeah, they're not bad. They're actually pretty good for a breaker. Like, look, Carmen's a good decoder.
And Bagulter coexisted with Chesva as well. Like, yeah, it was just a moneymaker.
They didn't. They might not have.
You think Bagulter was banned with Midnight Sun?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was banned a little bit after.
Rip Tithe? Yeah, I love Tithe. I don't think we have a play here, man.
Just put Funhouse over Archives credit.
Why?
Because it's something. It looks like ice.
Well, I'd rather have cards in hand to pad.
Oh, no.
Because we lose to, like, legwork and stuff. Carmen's a good decoder.
We don't lose to legwork. We've got no agendas in hand. We don't want to
but
draw.
eventually we'll, because we can't
if we draw, we're going to draw an agenda.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can clear tags anymore. The problem is our win condition is like spread amongst exactly 3 cards, of which we need to draw 2 of them. Unless they go to low hand size, which once you see the Funatria, they probably don't. Huh, maybe this is a bad game plan.
You stop that. You stop that right now, okay?
If they boomerang the Hydra too, like they get through the server. What do they think this is? I think we need to overinstall this with a spin doctor.
Well, yeah, that'll be great.
Hermes, okay?
That's fine. There's not going to be a lot of more agenda scores or steals this game.
Well, we have a lot of work to do. Debrado. What does this do? Runner passes this ice?
Oh.
So it doesn't do anything.
No, does it give us attack?
No, because they have 3 cards. It would.
Oh, of course. Yeah, interesting. That's fun. Yeah. Okay.
Just got touch cards, I guess. All right, 3 cards in hand. We could top deck it. No, we didn't. Bummer. So the game is currently in R&D.
All right, draw 1, credit.
Yeah, we can draw 1. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Do we put on top of this message? I think we do.
I think we might have to, yeah.
I think we should. But I think we do the spin doctor on top of this, and then we trash the funhouse with the boomerang. Like getting the Sarevna up would probably be pretty good. We need to stop them running R&D. I don't feel good about this. Like we will lose to this very quickly. I think we just do server 1 credit.
I think they're not going to run R&D anytime soon. Like
I don't know. They haven't like
we do have something they would spend a lot to break.
What?
Like they have to install the Carmen.
No, I use fire. It's cheap. It's super cheap. What we're worried about is that they realize they can just clear the tags. Because they can. We're not doing anything quickly. We have so much work to get to 7. Oh, we could have actually drawn with Spin Doctor and maybe got the kill. Did we click for credit? Yeah, we should have res this. See? This is what I'm talking about. Third Estebrado. Nice. Okay, so the funhouse doesn't do anything.
No.
Besides it lets us draw cards.
Not
Okay,
worth
so
it.
now we can decide to Spin Doctor in unknown cards. How many agendas are in the deck? I don't think it matters.
I think spin in unstealable cards. Like maybe leave the
Send a message. The archives run. I think we have to just survive this run.
Okay.
If we fail, it's results oriented, right? Yeah. Good game.
Good game.
Oof. We did very little. Yeah, I felt really bad. So how close are we to our win condition? So we res that. We have a retribution coming up. That actually doesn't change.
Retribution would have been interesting.
No, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't change a lot, it's true.
Retributing the Makler maybe is something, but we need to draw into our kill combos, which yeah, we're not gonna win. So if we shuffle back this and hope they never run archives, like maybe there's a chance they don't run archives. Maybe we could call them. Like they have so much central pressure, they could maybe give up on here. But if they realize we overinstalled a card, it's probably an overinstalled an agenda. So they would just have to call by running archives, and the funhouse doesn't stop. That felt bad. That felt really, really bad. But it started really bad.
It did feel bad.
Yeah, but we had a bad start. Court. I wonder if we need a pivot. It's just like
I think that next weekend that game. Yeah, Jeff isn't going to pay any attention to that game.
Which one?
The game we just played.
Why are you?
If this game is good, maybe we get game of the year.
Is that what he's working on?
Jeff, yeah.
Game of the year. Feel like a lot of ice and few events. Yeah, we probably. I do think the third funhouse is like only something if we can afford. It's really, really good. I don't know if we can afford it consistently.
Well, we will. We will.
So this is Dow. So Dow's usually on Hermes, which means all we have to do is not overextend. Yeah, that got better.
Yeah, that's a bit better. That's manageable.
When did R plus get Game Start flavor text? Did it not have it? We've created the wind indoors, but the sky in space, manufacture a slice of nature. What is your great work? Dow like does a very similar thing. I think you could have kept that. I don't know. I'm worried about the pressure.
I mean, it did have some econ, but this has protection.
So we want to ice up centrals.
Yeah.
Funhouse is going to be a liability. There's no way.
Eventually, yes.
So what do we do here? Think tank is whatever. Dow can move the ice around. Funhouse, they'll put on any server they don't want to run. Faunatria is like a fine face check early. The thing is, like, if it fires, we don't get the credits back, which is a bit ugly. Maybe we would have been happier if we had the core damage one. Maybe not.
Jaguarundi?
Piranhas is also going to be really tricky. I just want to see what this ice does if it gets res. Let's just do something like this. And then we can do Funhouse on the remote server. We'll keep this in case there's a chance that they float a tag. I'd be very surprised. It'd have to like bumble into a Piranhas or to a Faunatria, excuse me. All right. Got to play around trick shot. I always forget about that. Yeah. So this is where you just don't want to overextend.
Okay.
Because as soon as you overextend, things go really bad really quickly. So we could just do Funhouse remote server predictive for money, credit, play real slow.
Or Funhouse Oracle predictive.
I don't want to score this. Like if it's in the remote server we score, we just give them a Hermes. Like we can't score agendas for no reason.
Yeah, that's right.
Like this thing is really annoying because if they touch it, but if they don't touch it, it's so bad for you.
Yeah.
So we showed a bit of tag punishment. But now we're in 10. 10 means if we face check into Hydra, we res a Hydra for like, what is it?
8?
3? You risk hydro for 3 credits on face check and R+. Because you get
There's-
5
because
back.
it gets 5
2
back as well.
plus.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
It's
Oh, retribution target.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, it's gonna be so juicy when we baseball bat that beautiful doll.
Public trail. So we need to do like Beal advance.
Because that will give us time to reinstall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we do that.
I think draw now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think we just be cool. I think we just be cool. Be cool.
Be cool. Be cool.
Not doing it.
We only get the 1 retribution, right? Okay, so we do the Matrushka, not the Hermes, but
Yeah, but we want to take down more than 2 dolls. The thing is, I don't think they need that many more dolls.
They don't know that.
No. Okay. King Beal, just let it chill.
Yeah, Ping Beal, sure. Take credit.
Oh, we could have done pink piranhas. You've never seen someone go through a pink jack out, clear the tag, and run back just to deny the piranhas? Like, it's such a cool
That's
play.
an interesting line, yeah. Oh,
Pretty Mary trick shot.
okay.
Wait, they can't break this, right? 2? So this is 4. They can break 1 subroutine. I think we res
This
it
is
because
potentially
sick.
great. Yeah, I think we res it. And then they'll go into the ping, which we also res.
Oh, no, they have trick shot money. They can break this.
Thinking
trick shot.
long.
Trick shot credits, yeah, I know. The trick shot. So it's 6. They get up to strength for free. Then they can break at least one of these, right? They have to break.
Can we have a Matrushka as well?
It's Corroder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Corroder.
All right, so it costs them 3, or well, I guess we're figuring
It costs a
out
lot.
which
It
they
costs
would
like
do.
up to
Yeah.
5. I think we res it. Let's give them bad publicity.
I think we res it. Yeah.
It's a fun thing to res.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens here. So getting the strength is 4, and then they have to break at least the last subroutine. They can let the first one fire, they can let the second one fire. But at this point now the trick shot will have 2 credits to run the remote server, which means if they break this, they don't break the remote server, right? Because they can't break ping. The thing is they res the piranhas, and now they know where it is, so Dow can move it around. But also we need to res this just so it doesn't get Hermes bounced. Like just getting res dice is important. I realize they get the bad pub credits on the second run. Yeah, they do. Actually, you're right. It's 3 credits for the run.
That's actually very funny.
Bad publicity
That's a good
trick
point.
shot is kind of strong. I just don't see why they'd run their remote server with no breaker. Draw, okay, that's good.
Okay, that's good. It's good.
So C2. It doesn't matter here. No, they probably don't contest this. Oh, they see 3 cards.
See 3 cards with Pretty Mary.
I-
It's okay. Are they gonna?
Just holding off against like multi-axis pressure with Pretty Mary Hermes. It's like it's a ride.
All right, and they're choosing not to run, which is smart.
They don't have a breaker.
Yeah.
Do we just shut it down? I don't think we. I think we have to wait. I think we have to.
This feels
we have
just
to,
a
we have to
little bit
seed
too
it.
early. Oh god.
Yeah.
We have to let them get confident.
Like in theory, we want to take this out and like Pretty Mary.
Which we can do.
Yeah. I think wait for the whites of their eyes. Yeah, exactly. I think we just do advanced credit card throw out a funhouse.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Kaboomin now is good. I don't know. I think we can get 3 of them. There's no way that Dow is playing Silent Chip with a Matryoshka build, right?
I'm hearing these cats. The cats are having fun right now.
They're up to no good. Okay, advance repair.
Yep.
I think we advance repair.
Yeah, depending on if they bounce one of the remote ice, we just put reg with it.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
No, they would go for HQ.
Well, they move first. They generally put like something off.
Oh, they move on
and
Tau.
They,
Yeah,
they
you're right,
swap and then they bounce. They open up R&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, and then we'll get this back in hand.
I mean, Finistry.
This gets broken for 2. It has cool text though. This gets broken for 3, but has cool text. What would you rather have?
I guess the funhouse. The funhouse is going to be what
Is always annoying.
it's always annoying, but eventually they will just choose to ignore it.
Did we throw out a think tank? Yeah. Yeah, if they run archives. It's bad with Hermes, but if they run archives,
it is bad with
I'm
Hermes,
gonna
but-
just say we have to live in that world.
Okay, we love living that world. That's
Why
a great
would they
world.
run archives? Like maybe a dirty laundry? 2 teleworks.
Speaking of
they got-
world,
Yeah.
I finally started playing what is going to be my game of the year,
Uh-oh. What's that?
World of Goo 2.
Oh, World of Goo 2.
Sequel to one of my favorite games of all time.
You really like that game.
I love World of Goo. World of Goo was like formative to me as a person who thinks about games.
2 things about Go.
Don't think.
Yeah, you're
No, you can't You can't just say I think about goo.
It's happening. Okay, we got this res. World of Goo stands out in my memory for sure. It's one of Patrick's favorite games.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it changed the way I think about what games can be. I just love it to death, and I've not fully played World of Goo 2, but I'm hoping to solve that. We've got a cat assault happening.
Yeah, it's that time.
Hmm.
So we're at the point now that every turn they can run R&D and see 3 cards, and like that is just gonna be a problem. We res the Regulus so it doesn't get bounced.
Sure.
Shocking, not calling Balatro. I honestly don't think
I do like Balatro.
I played Balatro, and I thought Balatro was cool.
Like I thought it was very cool. It didn't hook me the way people were talking about having been hooked. Sorry.
I don't think it has the staying power that other cards like that, games like that do.
Yeah. Also, SteamWorld Heist 2.
My brother used to recommend the heck out of that.
I love SteamWorld Heist 2. One of my favorite games of the year.
Chances Scenario, that was last year, John.
Yeah, Chances Scenario was last year, but also love
very good game.
I am meaning to play Tactical Breach Wizards. Seems like it's going to be exactly my shit, but
I didn't finish it. I should finish it. It didn't play like a tactics game. It plays more like a puzzle game. That's what surprised me.
Which is okay. Like I love Into the Breach, which is more a puzzle game than a tactics game as well.
But Into the Breach is more of a tactics game than Into the Breach is more of a tactics game than the other one.
Interesting.
Yes.
I would say Into the Breach is entirely a puzzle game.
But I'm just going to say that Tactical Breach is even more of a puzzle game.
Okay, interesting. Well, I guess I'll play more of Tactical Breach and then we'll discuss.
Balatro MOBAs consume my waking hours.
You're
2 tags in?
I haven't played that yet, John, but I've heard this interesting. Chance of Scenario is a game that like they should, I'm going to tell other designers how to do their job, but like, yeah, I know.
What's the line? Do we just do Retribution?
We just make
the problem is like now we have a fun house here and you can just go through it.
Okay, if we Regolith.
Why is Regolith 15 so it doesn't get bounced
So we click Regolith once.
Yeah, we have to.
We can Retribution.
And then I think we clear Telework.
Well, we can Retribution end the line. It's not a kill, but it's like...
No, we hold this.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they know we have this, which is interesting.
And also, of course, 1000 times resist made me cry twice.
This forces them to have 2 more cards.
Yeah.
I think we do it. And then I think we do just trash the Telework.
Okay.
Yo, Jeff, I like Tactical Breach, but yeah, a lot less tactics game, but I thought it was pretty good. The writing was like really quite fun, but it was much more of a puzzle game.
Oh, you're going to love Quake. Wait till you get to Wolfenstein. Let us know.
Very excited for 1000 X Resist.
Yeah, I won't spoil, but it's one of the... It's like an all-time great like elevator pitch for a sci-fi story. Like the elevator pitch on its own should have won like a Nebula.
Oh, we put this on archives?
Yeah.
So we don't get eared? Yeah, I ought to play it. I definitely ought to play it. Also, I'm excited to go back and see the workshop fan level at some point.
For Tactical Breach, yeah.
Broad sandbox of things to play with. Oh, did you actually have like a full like level editor?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa, I love those. RTCW was good as a kid. Also scary. What's RTCW?
Roller Toaster Tycoon World?
Wet World.
Wet World, yeah.
We either push a Beal behind Pink Funhouse to set up Oppo, or we do a spin doctor. I'm just gonna do the Beal.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I might play PoE too. Just to check it out, just to see how it feels.
It's not for
I'll see if my Diablo playing friends are into it. And
they definitely are. I have no doubt they are.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Patrick, maybe we should. I don't know. It's getting late, but like we were considering going through our games that we played this year segment.
Well, that's what I'm doing now because it's getting late. I don't think we'll have time to do it.
It's always the fun thing to talk about for the end of the year. So we can't spoil
I
this
do love
out.
doing that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Hermes. So we can do advanced, put a maze on it. The thing is, like, it doesn't play around Hermes, which is the thing we worry about. We can also put a maze on R&D, which is like kind of
that. I was thinking about that. Yeah, a bit like it's like once they go tag me, I mean, yeah,
we could win.
R&D. We could just win.
So either we put Spin Doctor, we click for credit.
Credit.
Okay. Bounce up Diablo 4. Is it worth looking to PoE? I'm not a big PoE person. I know the game is like built around the level creation, or sorry, the character creation in terms of builds. You can spend hundreds of hours just creating characters. The game's probably fun too, but like I know that the giant map they have of nodes and things is a particularly compelling part. He has a lot more systems depth, yeah. Basic strategy went with the first few decks and Blotcher left me feeling uninterested to try and push further. That's the thing, is like, this is the problem that I heard with Blotcher, is that the way that you win in Blotcher is not the most fun way to play the game. Like, at least this was an early balance. Like, you won by basically using these same systems over and over again to break it to get exponential numbers. Because
Mm-hmm.
to win on the highest levels, like you just need the numbers to get so big so fast. So the majority of ways you interact with the game just didn't work. All right, so now we're gonna have the worst ice on R&D.
It felt like the biggest decisions were in choosing what jokers to buy,
Yeah, that's the game.
rather than in
How
the
you play?
actual like match that you're playing. Like I didn't feel like I was making interesting decisions. I was just making the optimal decision.
Yeah,
Which I don't know. I mean I don't know if that's obviously a bad thing or not.
this is the problem. So we just put a muse on
One of the most
R&D.
egregious examples of.
What?
I was just thinking about the review of Tau.
Oh, don't. We can't.
I know.
Stop,
I'm sorry.
stop.
It's it's negativity.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
it. Compilation.
Mhm.
Jailbreak. We are seeing 3,000 cards here. Oh, there's a cat fight for sure.
Something's happening in the background.
You can't see it, but it sounds like
Mhm.
cattle have been let loose. So this is like C17 cards or something. I don't know. A lot of these decks like just maximize how many cards they can see and then hope that does enough, and it easily can. Like this
And
could
is
run
AMAs
could win.
per agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's
If
not
they
per agenda.
stole.
Specifically
Yeah,
not
very
per.
cool.
Okay.
So they steal
Ooh.
the maze. That's
But it's still-
sick. No, it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
They didn't trash the card.
Oh my god.
They're full stress. It forces the amaze, but yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit too negative tonight. I do feel a bit of that, but like
Mhm.
we're done making decisions at this point. It's just gonna be run R&D every turn,
Mhm.
C5 cards. Like we are in a bad spot. Y'all Golden Idol enjoyers. The second one came out recently. Nice puzzle. Orly, how's it going?
Oh yeah, I have been playing that. I'm liking it a lot.
I beat the first one like 2 weeks ago, right
Mhm.
before it came out, because Pat recommended it, and I never finished it, and I had a great time.
Cool.
I played the
Glad
demo
you-
of the second one. It was weird. Like the structure was very interesting. I think I would enjoy it. What do we do
I'm
here?
not sure what the demo shows.
It shows like a bunch. You do a
Oh,
lot.
oh really? Okay.
Yes. Like you go all the way to, at least I got to like the first. Did you play it?
I mean, I didn't play the demo. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the main
Okay.
game.
Like I was doing the first police media meeting. Like it,
Oh.
it goes a bit.
Oh, that's actually quite far. That's
it
quite
goes
far into the game. Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I feel sick. Yeah.
Oh, Balatro was developed in Montreal?
No. What?
John, how dare you say that? Wait, was Balatro an Eidos game? Should I have known about this?
Okay, hold on. How do we think our way out of this? So they have agendas. We can do small oppo. That doesn't really do much because of their economy. So we probably do big oppo and just put a card in their mode server. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Good old oppo. Do you know what happened the other day? I was playing Supervive on Steam. It's like a new free to play
You're playing
top
what?
down, a game called Supervive.
Supervive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I played a couple games, my first game, and
Mhm.
then I closed Supervive, and I got a Discord message from Lopaire. You know Alex Lopaire?
Mhm.
He's the guy who beat me at Canadian Nationals many years ago. Very, very nice dude.
I think I played him at Ashes.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
But he just
Could be.
messaged me, hey man, did I just kill you in Supervive? I'm like, oh my God, yes.
Mhm.
And I didn't pay attention to whoever like just killed me. He's like, oh, dude, that's sick. And I can't believe it. That's the
funny.
person who found me exactly in the match. Like there's a lot of people. It's a battle
Mhm.
royale. So all of that lining up, very, very cool. All right, so now they have to consider running this, but they also have 4 tags. Now at this point, they consider to go tag me. They know we have end of line. The problem is like this is a really bad win condition, and this is why like a lot of these decks end up not playing end of line, but
Mhm.
instead play like self-growth program and market forces, because that actually does close the game out in a more reasonable way. Andre, Supervive. We migrated over to that. Wait, what do you mean, Rockman? Just clear 3 tags? Yep. Not much we can do with the Spin Doctor. Now we could res it here.
So here's something.
Yeah.
End of the line is no longer a good win condition. Oh, but they just cleared all the
They
tags.
cleared
Never
the
mind,
tags. So we could consider Spin Doctoring here to shuffle back in the Retribution, which is a very powerful card,
Mhm.
and then Oppo Research. I think that's right.
I think that's fair.
We have to watch out because at some point they're gonna run HQ and see 17 cards. Like that's hard to deal with.
Mhm.
If we put a send a messenger mode, we have to do install advance. So we can only do that when we're comfortable to set up the win with like Puppet Trail to end a line, which costs us 5 credits.
Sure.
So we're
Would
slightly
they
short.
run anything in the remote?
If we do install advanced events, they have to.
Okay.
I wonder if this deck should play NGO
Mm.
because install advance is the play we need them to do to run through
Yeah,
ice.
yeah,
I actually
absolutely.
think NGO would make a lot of sense in this deck. Otherwise, though, we lose to the problem is if we do install advanced events, they don't run this. They just run R&D and hope,
Yeah.
right? Like they just see the top 3.
So do we defend R&D then?
Can't really.
Okay.
Well, you have to defend like you have to defend everything. That's
Yeah.
the problem. Is like you're trying to beat Hermes, and there is 17 different ways that they can get through one ice to see 4 cards, right? Like they see 4 cards every run, and we have to install advance, and beat Hermes. I don't think we can do it. We just have to get lucky. We can't get smart. We have to get lucky. Anyways, I want to put something on the table this turn, but we can't.
Oh, I never tried Deadlock.
Deadlock. Oh yeah,
You played Deadlock, right?
Yeah, I played a bunch of Deadlock. I uninstalled it. I don't think it was good for me.
Oh, okay, it's one of those. Yeah, I get that.
I'll talk about it maybe in a bit.
Okay, yeah. DFW is Dallas Fort Worth, I guess.
Usually, I think we have to put ice on the
Dollar
table.
Foster Wycoon.
I guess we put this in the remote server. I don't know. We want to get the Hydra on the table for the SAM. It won't really matter because they'll just push it around to wherever. Like icing archives to some extent might be a mistake, but if we get the Hydra res, they just push it somewhere, right? Like if anything, we shouldn't have res the ping maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting that 2 Montreal studios potentially made Game of the Year contenders, Balatro and Sky Team.
Oh, cool. Local Thunk made Balatros from Canada. I'm not sure any more information. Oh, definitely Canadian. I don't remember where. I heard they were from Montreal, Quebec. Oh, sick. It's trick shot.
It's trick shot. They're going to see a bunch of cards.
We're either going to lose here or going to lose here. How do we want to deliver the tag?
Oh, it sucks. I mean, if we don't res it, I think we res it.
I think then we go down to 2 credits and we have no chance of winning. They steal the actually bounce with Hermes before send message triggers, but they also have to shovel ice before Sam. The ice is like our ice placement. We don't have options really. It's going to be bad.
The economy's in shambles.
Everything's bad. Man, I don't know what it is. These last NBN decks we played, I've never felt in control. I felt like we're just getting hammered. And this is exactly the sort of deck where it's like, it's not a scalpel, it's a sledgehammer. And every single turn, it's be like, I'm going to see. Like,
did we mean to play hammer in this deck?
Originally, but we ran an influence to play our bad win condition. I think hammer would have been better here. Imagine we were hammer in this deck. Like, oh my God.
Hey, Syndrin.
Alec, how's it going? Hammer into the Matryoshka would be sick. But yeah, they see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and somehow we have to beat 5 cards on R&D every turn.
This is fine.
Yeah. That's why you run snare? Yeah, kind of. Because you put the wrong agendas in. There's no amount of agendas that would solve this problem. Wait, what?
Damn, we're good.
Great. Okay. Are they ready to run server 1?
We don't mind giving them a tag.
No, we like it. They're not running the remote server? Wait, now we just do double advance and they have to run this.
Insane Clown Posse.
What's going on?
I like advance credit.
Huh? All right, so maybe they see 1 new card in R&D?
You think they'd run again?
No.
I don't think they do.
No, but actually Nyasha is empty. Yeah, they can't.
Oh, Nyasha isn't trash when it's empty. That's
no, the old cards didn't. It's kind of a null signal games thing.
Back in the good old days.
What's going on tonight, Scrub? We've been playing some NBN decks, so we've been like kind of floundering, I'll be honest.
But we've also been happy talking about video games that you like this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go through my list.
Thinking,
yeah, hey, no problem.
I also don't know what... I usually keep track of what movies I've seen, but this year was not a big movie year for me.
Oh, yeah. I think I missed some. I usually do. I usually write it down, but I'm not in the same way for video games. Time for the sickest interaction where they steal Sam, swap ping on the remote, and we use Sam to res ping and tag them. Honestly, yeah.
That would be very cool.
We'd
love to see that.
Hella cool.
Yeah.
We mentioned Hades 2.
Doesn't count. Get out
It
of
doesn't count.
your weird Jeff Keighley-esque.
It's really hard
opinions
to
on what
interact
games
with Hades
count.
2.
Yeah,
I played it when it came out, and I beat it then. And I know they did an update, but I don't want to beat it now. I'll just wait for the final thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the final thing, but I do play it when there's a big update because I don't want to be spoiled for what's in the big update because I care about that game.
Yeah, I'd rather wait at this point. Like, I've played Hades 2. I thought it was worth Hades 2 existing, and now I'll wait for full Hades 2.
I have not seen. I saw the TV Glow, but that was this year.
What's the TV Glow?
It's a kind of horror movie. I mean, I didn't see it, but I think it's a horror movie that people felt.
Draw 2 breaks lock. We don't want to break lock.
No, we don't. We need the money.
We do need the money.
I liked Furiosa a lot.
I still haven't seen it. You were trying to go see that when we were in Boston.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
All right, so they're gonna either take another tag here or take a damages. Fire all, love it. We lost a burner. Oh my god,
Ooh,
that's
burner.
important.
Yeah, glad we don't have to deal with a burner.
I would love to see the ping send a message interaction. It would make me very quite happy, but there's a big chance they'll just take the ice off of R&D.
We'll see.
Oh no, they can do that anyways.
Oh,
Fine.
okay. It's something.
Well, like, they have to draw or they lose.
Mm-hmm.
So they have 3 clicks. Like, this is the problem. They clear a tag, and then they draw. So, like, they'd have to make a mistake here.
Yeah.
And we're not forcing them to make a mistake.
I mean,
like, we're still going to oppo them for 4, and that might be a problem. And we know the next, I think, 4 cards on R&D are safe because we didn't draw, so we're okay.
just not a release date for STS2, right?
Fuck archives. I forgot what we did to archives.
Oh god. Oh god.
Have they seen the end of line? Yes. Are we short credits? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 credit short. It wouldn't flatline, but we're credit short.
I mean, mindscaping can be used to make us some money.
No, but if we need the mindscaping to do 5 damage, which we don't. It seemed you forgot archives. Yeah, we kind of did. What do we do about that? We assume they never run it, right? I think we just do credit oppo.
Yeah.
Let's ice HQ to...
Regular oppo? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we can afford.
No, we can afford big oppo. You get the money first.
True.
But how do they clear the tags? They do credit, clear tag? No, I think we do small oppo.
Mm-hmm. You have the money for the end of the line.
Hey,
again,
Swords,
kind of
Alpha Grid, represent.
Mess up. Yeah, we've got archives. That's fine.
The thing is, if they clear 1 tag, we don't actually flatline them, so we might have needed to go for the bigger oppo. Then the combo costs us 5, which we would be on 1 credit. If we did this, we could have been on 3 credits. Creative, click, clear tag, love it. Oh, they still die though. We don't deserve these games. We just struggled through it. Good game. We got lucky. R&D held. So game. Thanks for a gamer. Okay, what happened there? How do we get that?
Well, we knew where most of the agenda points were.
3, 6, 7, 8. No,
like,
we didn't.
Like more than half of the agenda points we were fully aware of.
There's 9 points in 18.
I mean, there were 9 points in 20.
Lucky.
Which is like,
all the
like
points
3...
are at the bottom. There's 3 agendas in the bottom 5. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, with just 3 agendas in 19. Like, that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, but they saw like 5 or 6 cards. I think we got lucky there.
I mean, I am saying we got lucky, but it wasn't.
How did they not die that turn? I think all they do is credit, remove tag. If they do credit, remove tag, they have 5 cards in hand, and then they don't flatline. That was you and Swan?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I think last turn maybe.
That makes sense. Antoine is Antoine.
You know what?
It's coming together. It's actually coming together now. Yeah,
I knew. Yeah, because you knew we had mindscaping. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%. I think you just click for 3, remove the tag, and keep 5 cards in hand. Yeah, sure. Piece that together. Man, that sort of deck archetype like really frustrates me. Where it's just like I'm gonna see 5 cards on RD every single turn. Like it is just oppressive, and it's like not. Besides like girls decks, I don't think you competitively see it. And I think if we were a deck that was more proactive, it can actually do something against this, but it's just Mercury but green. Yeah. That sort of play style gets me. The Amaze Amusement compilation interaction, we did not see coming.
That's pretty interesting.
Probably shouldn't have rezzed the Maze. Let's save to credit. But yeah, that turn, if you clear 3, like I don't think we have a play. The only good play that we have is if we draw our Retribution and we do public trail Retribution, there's only 1 Matryoshka left.
Yeah, which is
Oh, no Matryoshkas left. That is arguably a way we could win the
which
game.
is useless, right? Like a single Matryoshka does nothing.
Does nothing.
And they had nothing anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So we needed that to line up, which like would have probably taken a bit. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, also, Antoine, the win was in archives.
Yeah.
We threw out this point in archives and we're like, this doesn't matter.
We threw it at like turn 2.
Yeah, and it's been in there forever. So if you run archives, you win, but I don't think you check it. What's the top of our ID? Safe. All the agendas are in the bottom 5 cards, so like just kind of not great for you. But yeah, they're all in the bottom with the last end of the line, so bad for all of us. Yeah. Cool.
Good games.
The games. Do you want to do the game review real quick? Do you have time? It's like 11:40.
Well, what's the game review?
The list of games that were
okay.
played
Yeah,
this year.
let's talk. I mean, I haven't taken a good list, but
oh really? You don't? Don't you have that app?
I do have have infinite backlog now. I'm gonna switch to backlogged. I think.
Yeah, it's
just to keep track.
Infinite. All right, are we going to open this up on Steam to talk about the games really quickly? Welcome to the Metropolitan Grid end of year video game extravaganza, where we go through all the video games we played, or specifically for me, it's beat this year, and maybe give like a sentence and a half review. We'll keep it straight. Okay, it's simple. How about you do yours, and while you say the games, I'll open them up on Steam or whatever is reasonable if it's not a Steam game, and then we can do the opposite.
Okay, so I've already mentioned World of Goo 2, but I haven't finished it.
Okay, why? Why should people play World of Good 2?
Because the sequel to one of the best games ever made.
It's
important.
It is a Switch game only.
No, it's Switch and Epic. I bought it on Epic
right.
because I need to use the mouse and keyboard to play
yes.
It is more World of Goo, which somehow there hasn't been
a game like this
in 13 years or
well, they had those like bridge building games and stuff like that.
This isn't quite the same. It is an enhancement. Like it is like interesting fluid physics going on now. There's new goo balls.
Yeah.
We love the goo balls. We love the music. Like Kyle Gabler is king of this kind of creepy stuff. Yeah, I just love this game. I'm looking forward to finishing it, but I haven't finished it yet.
What's Patrick's favorite dating sim? Asking for a friend?
It's World of Goo.
It's World of Goo too.
It's also World of Goo. Yeah. Also, yeah.
What's next?
SteamWorld Heist 2.
SteamWorld Heist 2.
Yeah.
I have played a couple of the SteamWorld games. I don't think I enjoyed Heist, but I played Dig and Dig 2, and I thought they were like super charming.
I really love Dig 2. Like I've played all the SteamWorld games, and I've at minimum thought they were good. And this game I think is really fantastic. Like it is just really interesting, dynamic tactics, and nothing else is really like this. It's got the music. I thought that I would end up like despising the music. Like it's music with lyrics that you hear over and over again.
It's
like
lyrics.
It's so risky.
Whoa,
it's risky. But like this is what's the band's name?
I don't know the band.
Steam Giraffe.
I have no idea what that is.
Steam Powered Giraffe.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, like they are a fantastic steampunk band, and they just have like some of the most fun songs on the soundtrack. It's really, really good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just been really enjoyable, really satisfying.
It's such a weird studio because a lot of the stuff they do, maybe all the stuff they do is in the SteamWorld, like which is the robots only exist universe. Except the games they do are in totally different genres.
Always different genres. Always doing something new. Like they released a Slay the Spire like game. I think like
they do other stuff. Oh, this is the publisher.
Yeah, well, I think Thunderful is also the developer. I think they also went through some layoffs recently.
Yeah, piss.
Yeah, you know.
Cool.
Another game, Against the Storm.
Yeah, that's the I know Jeff played this on stream a long time ago. It got a big update recently.
Yeah, it's gotten a few big updates. Like it's the kind of game where I think I cracked the loop. Like I'm up to a high, like
it's a roguelike.
It's a roguelike,
which is not apparent when you look at this.
No, it's a roguelike deck builder.
Deck builder.
City builder.
City builder.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like for me, the problem with city builders is often like the end game. Like it's just getting messy and there's so much busy work. This is like, no, that's done with. Like that is not something to be concerned with because you're done in 2 hours, no matter what, whether you've been consumed by the queen's impatience or whatever.
Which I think is cool to have like an end game for these sort of city builders. Cause I don't know, if I play a game of Civ, it lasts like 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
For better, for worse.
Yeah. So like I can get the full experience of having built a city and accomplished what I set out to do.
Yeah. The weather is imposing.
The weather is imposing.
The weather is your enemy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's got a fairly interesting loop. It's got weird like animals in it, and yeah, like as roguelite, you do go back to your home base and you spend the resources to like make your next expedition.
Like the meta stuff.
Yeah, a little bit more interesting. Oh well, now I start my next expedition with like extra wood, which means okay, now I can start like building houses right away. And yeah, it's just got a lot of like weird, unexpected designs on top of all that.
There's a demo too, I think.
There's
or there was. I don't think.
Wait for the next Steam Fest.
Oh, download demo. Yeah, there's a button there. Anything else?
Let me think. I mentioned 1000 Times Resist.
1000 X resist.
Yep.
So this is the Canadian game. It's from the West Coast.
Exactly.
There's a Jacob Geller video you can watch about
yes,
this.
I watched it. It was pretty interesting.
I think this is a game that very few people have played. Like I looked at the Steam charts of this, and it's like very
super
countable.
Yeah. It's super low, but like I think they're doing fine. So one great thing about this game, it made me cry twice, like I said. But then I got to the credits, and towards the end, it mentions all these grants from the Canadian and provincial governments that it got, which makes this kind of thing possible. And it like I feel like I heard "Oh Canada" playing in my head. And like I am a proud Canadian because the government funded something like this, which is really powerful and affecting. Like the elevator pitch is generational trauma viewed through the lens of a society of clones all descended from the same Chinese Canadian girl.
Sure.
It's just really, really powerful. It's just about like just repeating traumas over and over again, and sad things happen. It ends powerfully.
Is it Netrunner?
No.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't have mentioned.
No, but like how Netrunner is it for people who look at this and see like sci-fi?
Ooh, it's a bit Netrunner. Like
okay. It doesn't need to be.
A lot of the imagery I think could be like just copy pasted onto Netrunner. But it's more fantastical than that. Yeah. It's much more fantastical than Netrunner. There's basically magic in this game.
Is it solo dev or is it just like a small team?
It's a small team. Apparently they are mostly like performance artists. There are dancers who are like involved in making this game, and it really shows because like it's a very simple game. It's like, you know, at PS2 graphics, I guess you could say, but the movement and the way the characters stand or just like are in static poses is meaningful, and there's a lot of thought put into how the characters are just presenting themselves. Very, very cool. Beautiful voice acting too. They don't do the thing that you'd expect and dread, which is that every character is voiced by the same person. It is all different voice actors, but they're all really good.
It sounds like a miserable experience. To some extent, probably is.
Yeah, it is. Like it'll hurt you. It's not happy.
But like, but I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's worth like, you know, it's worth experiencing. It's a game I'm never going to stop thinking about.
There are so many more movies and books that are like inherently miserable, and people understand that. But when it comes to a game, which a game sounds like it should be fun, that seems like a harder bridge to cross.
It's the problem of how we name this
I know, exactly.
Like,
and there's no reason why a game shouldn't be miserable.
But a game can span the entirety of art's capabilities. And this is one of those games that goes in that direction. And it uses its gameness in what's the word, like intentional ways. Like there are moments where like, yeah, it's kind of tedious intentionally because it's trying to make you think certain things and make you feel certain ways.
How long does it take to beat?
10 hours.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else?
Oh man, I feel like I mentioned something at the start of this. I can't remember. Why don't you do yours and I'll see if I remember mine.
Okay, I can't go through the whole list at this point. It's getting late, Pat. Things that are worth saying. Oh man, this was this year. Jusant. I like Jusant a lot.
Oh, I should play Jusant.
Jusant is a donut game, came from France. It's about climbing a big old mountain. If you've played Earthborn Rangers, this is the soundtrack you want to put on. The soundtrack is so good. It's not a very big thing, and it just focuses on climbing things. The same way, kind of like in Breath of the Wild, but much more involved because you actually have to like kind of plan your grips and where you put your pitons to like hook your rope. It's just a nice thing, and the music is good, the vibe is good, and then you hear about the story about this kind of world where the water dried up. That's what the narrative is. It's worth playing. It's really a nice thing. It is not very long. I played Chance of Sonara this year. We talked about that. Chance of Sonara is great.
Love that.
Things that are also really fun. I played a whole bunch of finals this year. This came out. It's free to play. It's made by the dev team. A lot of folks that used to work on Battlefield games, and you can tell because it's a game that has like ridiculous destruction. It's a first-person multiplayer shooter. If you like this sort of stuff, this is really polished. It's really quite fun and creative because everything breaks in a way that's unbelievable. You get some like pretty creative ways of working with the world.
Cool.
What else was worth talking about? Animal Well?
You played Animal Well.
I did. I beat it.
Cool.
Animal Well is cool. It's made by the new studio that Video Game Donkeys put out. It's really
he's the publisher.
He's the publisher. Yes, he's not the guy. There's one guy who made this. His name is Billy Basso. He's been working on this for a really long time. It's a puzzle game, kind of like a Metroidvania where you play this little creature, but the game is like really just ripe with all these puzzles that it doesn't tell you about, and you kind of organically experience them.
Yeah.
The game is not very long to beat, but then once you beat it, only a mild spoiler, it opens up a bigger, deeper metagame underneath it where people have spent, dozens and dozens of hours.
Have you?
Very little.
Okay.
But the cool thing is when you accidentally discover something that's obviously integral to a bigger mystery.
Mhm.
So for instance, I went to a room and did something and then something responded. I'm like, oh crap, wait. And it unlocked this entire other mini game that I
Mhm.
understand could work. There's some really compelling things in it. And I would recommend checking it out. It's very polished, very fun. And
Mhm.
it's just like a nice little Metroidvania. Music's really pleasant too.
Look at my account.
Celico?
Oh yeah, I didn't play that, but
It's nice. Just kind of like a boomer shooter.
Mhm.
Really polished, plays well. It's not very long. Just kind of nice. I like it. This one I want to shout out too. This was recommended off of different websites. It's Gun Show. It's like $6.
oh yeah, but yeah, I played Gunshot. That's pretty cool.
Gun Show is so silly. It's like very simple.
Mhm.
The idea is on your turn, you move and you shoot, and everything has, basically programming. You can tell what they're going to do. And you just don't have a lot of time to do everything. It's a roguelite. The runs are not very long. You die in one hit, so it can be very punishing if you mistake like the weird chain of reactions that can happen where this bomb pushes this, pushes this. Like bad things happen. Sometimes they don't feel like they're in your control. But like for $5, it's a really cool proof of concept. It's
Yeah.
not an incredibly deep game like most of the other roguelites, but definitely worth checking out. I think it's quite compelling. Did you play Thank Goodness You're Here?
I didn't, but I've heard it's very funny. It's got Matt Berry.
It has Matt Berry in it, yeah. This game is about the North, and it's a comedy game where you're a person of changing sizes who runs through this northern town in the UK and basically just helps everybody with all their
Mhm.
problems. It is a comedy game, not particularly long, not a lot of gameplay per se, but mostly just like interacting with things, and there's a lot of visual and audio gags too. The ending's pretty silly too.
Mhm.
Doesn't take that long. I think it's really I'm glad I did it. I don't think I'll ever replay it. On that note, this might be the most important thing to shout out.
Yeah,
For those who don't know,
this is where you get all your games.
this is such an important thing, and I don't know if people know
Mhm.
about this or talk about this. Steam Family Sharing dropped this year. It used to be in beta, so I've been using it for about more than a year, but this year it officially dropped.
Mhm.
And what you can do on Steam, this is better than it used to be. You might know about this, but they made it better. So your family can be like 6 or 7 different accounts. I forget the number. You can only change your family once a year or something, so you have to kind of be sure who your family is. But whoever your family is, you share all the library.
Mm.
And it used to be like if they were playing any game on their account, you couldn't play any game on their account. So if I wanted to play one of my brother's games, but my brother was playing any game in his library, I
Oh,
could
I
not
see. Your
access
book,
his
yeah.
library. They've changed it.
Mhm.
So now I can play any game in my brother's library,
Hmm.
all the DLC, whatever I want,
No matter what he's playing at the same time.
unless he's playing that game.
Okay.
So it's not like one person buys like a license to a multiplayer game and then 5 people can play it, for instance.
Yeah.
But now basically the Gamazel family library is like 2,000 games.
Mhm.
And half the time I log into Steam and see, oh, my brother just bought something. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's how I ended up playing a bunch of these things. You think it's worse now? Oh, it's so good. Like I get so much free stuff, which is kind of really, really, really easy to work with. Steam. It also counts your copies of games, so you can play as many copies concurrently as you have copies. Yes, 100%. So if 2 people own a multiplayer game, they can both play it.
Mhm.
Sumerian 6. This came out of nowhere. This is from Artificer, and they put out a couple interesting games I played over the last couple of years. The last one they did is a tactics game, which was pretty decent. I would say probably they're like a AA studio.
What was their previous game?
I forget the name of it, but it was just a tactics game that had like an Unreal Tournament vibe to it.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it really quickly. If anyone knows, they know. Stick It to Stickman, I'm excited for it. It's actually quite fun. I played the demo. I don't know if I'm gonna find it here. I think they're Polish. Showgunners. It's just a tactics game in a world that like reeks of Unreal Tournament 2004, and it is definitely good enough. It's exactly what you wanted the tactics game to be.
Okay.
It's exactly long enough. It is fun. It's all about like televised murder sports in a dystopian like Netrunner future.
Cool.
Very cool. But Sumerian 6 came out of nowhere this year, really sadly. Me Games, who put out the like
Yes, I know.
stealth strategy games that are my favorite
Mhm.
kind of genre of games, they unfortunately went out of business. And so this genre of, again, real-time stealth strategy games in which you control a series of characters that move around, they kind of have powers like a League of Legends or a MOBA, except all the enemies have view cones, and if you're spotted, it's generally pretty bad for you. That genre collapsed when Me stopped existing. And out of nowhere, this game came out, which is 1940s mid-World War weird science,
Ooh.
Nazis versus you.
Mhm.
And it is exactly that. I think the game feel of this game and the overall polish is nowhere near Me Games, who've been doing it for a long time. So it's a bit janky, it's a bit dodgy. But if you're looking for this genre, which doesn't exist largely since Me went under, this was the game this year, and I beat it and had a great time doing
Cool.
it.
I mean, Mimi's last game came out this year as well, right?
Yeah, did I not?
Shadow Gambit?
Was that this year? That has to be on my list. If not, I beat this. I even got the DLC.
Oh, it was
Shadow
last year,
Gambit,
my
I think
bad.
it was last year. Yeah,
Okay.
this is one of my favorite games last year. It's fantastic. The free blue revolver update got me into shmups, and now I've been grinding Tohu. Oh, Tohu is like bullet hell, right? Other things that are interesting. The list is really long. I know it's getting late, Pat.
No, it's okay.
Point Nova came out. This is getting some press recently. It came out a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I play a lot of shooters. This is actually not the case. But this is a really interesting shooter. It's very simple looking, but it's all movement based. It's an open world shooter, except you have grappling hooks and like hoverboards, and it's all like ridiculous, nauseating Titanfall-esque movement, but with like a tight shooter mechanic on top of it. And then the world has like secrets in it, and you're trying to pick up points that kind of increase your mobility, kind of like old Crackdown games where you're incentivized to explore just for that. The game is not particularly long. I think that's actually like a recurring thing. It's like I don't think I played any 40 or 80 hour games this year. Mostly I'm into like give me a 10 to 20 hour game, something I know I can finish and get another experience. It's relatively cheap, but I enjoyed it. And also when you beat it, it has a really compelling new game plus, which I didn't interact with. My brother did most of it and liked it a lot. Just really kind of great. Unexpectedly feels really good shooting for as simple as the game it is. I played Ghost of Tsushima this year. I thought it was fantastic. We recently beat Resident Evil 3. It was okay. Golden Idol was sick. Metal Gear Slug Tactics was interesting. I played.
I didn't play a lot of that. I was like, I see where this is doing, and wasn't compelled to play a lot more.
I beat Hi-Fi Rush this year. That was great.
Oh, I loved Hi-Fi Rush. It's a great game.
I think that's mostly it. There's a lot of things here that I wouldn't fully recommend that I did runs of, like roguelites and stuff, but that's probably the highlight.
Yeah, I played there's a few games I played, like Slime 3K was like a pretty fun kind of auto shooter type game.
Is that in here?
Yeah, it should be. It's kind of a Vampire Survivors like, but
there's a lot of those out.
Yeah, of course, but it's got like its own fun aesthetic that I was amused by.
Cool.
I beat the Zelda game this year. It was okay. Like I think it's a fun proof of concept.
That's the item spawning one?
Exactly, but like the UI of that game I found really frustrating because eventually you have like 50 different things you can spawn, but I want to like have a favorites menu and please give me a favorites menu. I had the same problem with Tears of the Kingdom. And of course, I need to shout out Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is my game of the year 2022, and my game of the year 2024, probably.
Always playing some Midnight Suns.
Yeah. When this is cheap, get it and the DLC.
It's usually really cheap.
Yeah, it is. Like it was like
it's often very cheap.
It was like $10. Like
I'm surprised it's still 80. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. that is honestly surprising. Also, like this is the game that made, like it didn't do well, and it's very sad because I would like to get XCOM 3 or Midnight Suns 2, but neither of those are going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, for those who don't know, this is the XCOM studio. This is Firaxis.
It's the XCOM studio. It's not really an XCOM-like game.
But that's the thing. It's technically a deck builder.
Yeah, it's a deck builder. The tactics element of it is kind of sloppy, if anything, in an interesting way. But I love the characters and the writing so much. Like, I really can't believe how much I care about that element of it, on top of the pretty fun tactics and, like, meta building up your team kind of stuff happening in the background.
A really weird game. There's not a lot like this. I'm a big tactics fan. Right now I'm playing through Lamplighters League, which I got in the Humble Bundle, which is when it came out, it had some polish issues. Right now I'm enjoying it. It's just another like 19. It's the same kind of aesthetic as Sumerian 6. Yeah. The same sort of like weird science, World War II espionage.
Can I call out how Outdoor Plumbing is absolutely reading me? Just like
what?
Any games with goo and or slime theme. Yeah. Slime 3K, World of Goo. That's about it.
Hey, SRN, how's it going? A lot of people are obviously shouting at Balatro. I played many hours of Balatro this year. I know it's like game of the year contender, and I get it. Like I
did play a lot of it. I played like 10 hours of it.
But I don't know if I'll ever play Balatro again. I don't know what it is. It's like the loop is like compelling, but I find like the loop is mostly compelling because number go up. And anytime I find myself in a situation where number go up is the good thing that I'm hunting, I try to distance myself from it because I don't
like, me too. Like
I don't like number go up hunting too much. Yeah, really cool game. I think my favorite thing about this game is the presentation.
Yeah, very cool presentation.
Oh my god, the music is haunting. Maddie hates the music. I think the music is just incredible. Number go up is my life. I play old school RuneScape. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, because if you know, you know. But for me, there's a lot of numbers go ups games that I try and keep myself away from. It's just not my favorite thing. Overwhelming positive, yeah. I wonder, do you think this is gonna be win game of the year or whatever Keeley Awards this year? Like, is everything gonna lose?
What's it really up against?
I don't know. Did Baldur's Gate 3 come out this year again?
I think so. I mean, Elden Ring came out this year again.
Yeah, it did.
Thanks,
I guess
Jeff.
so. Yeah. All right.
Well,
that's it.
That's the end of this day.
I had coffee. I'm exhausted. I don't know what's going on. I feel it in my eyes.
You're going to have such a bad night.
I think I'm going to have a terrible night. I want to give you a huge thank you to all these people here. Bless you. And more. Metropole Grid, we're supported on Patreon. Gives us the time to do streaming stuff like this, editing, video, graphics, all this sort of stuff. I want to give a shout out. Recently, we had a patron join on the Daily Cast tier. Shinteki.Mirai. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. Really.
Mhm.
If you want to support the channel, you can find a link in the description. Otherwise, just leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, all that stuff helps. A heck of a
And we
lot.
do have to announce, like, we do have a new stretch goal. When we get to
don't.
$5,000 a month,
No.
we're going to release a podcast about how guilty that makes us feel. Just like, oh, you can buy groceries, maybe.
Oh,
Spend it on yourself. We're not worth it.
oh boy. We'll have. I'm hoping there'll be more video content on Monday, continuing to the System Gateway stuff.
Oh yeah, those games we played.
Yeah,
Those are lots of fun.
I want to do some other replay stuff that's outside of System Gateway, so
Mhm.
that should be on the channel soon enough. And then otherwise, we'll be back for Thursday. The streams are going to continue on for a couple weeks. I know there'll be obviously a gap at some point in December because of holidays. I'll let you know more about that. We might do some catch-up streams on weekends and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Again, this weekend there's a lot of stuff going on. There's the Chimera tournament. The what's it called? The off meta month is going on in December. So there's a lot of great stuff to appreciate. About to drop 4,500 month for that free mode.
Thanks, Ron. We're gonna feel really weird about it.
It's been great seeing this list get longer as time goes on. It really has, Alec.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly grateful for all these folks here, and any way that you support the channel, it's absolutely appreciated. That's for sure. I think that's mostly it.
Oh,
It's got late, Pat.
What
Have
a
to
day.
go home. It's technically Friday. Congratulations, we made it.
please let me leave.
Enjoy your PoE 2, your Marvel Rivals, whatever you're gonna be playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Otherwise, play some Chimera. Have some fun.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao. Well, I can't find the button, Pat. Is it
Please,
this
you
one?
have to turn it off.
It might
Andre,
be
I need
this
to go
one.
home. No.